impact of what we had to do has been considerable. These are the efforts that we are now making, which are being resisted by the opposition to us, to try and close the gap. It's necessary for us to do so because that is the only way in which some of these matters can be addressed. We're not going to, it's not going to be possible for us in Ghana to continue forever to be dependent on foreign grants and foreign loans to keep our economy going. We ourselves will have to find the money for our development. And that is the reason why it's become necessary for us to introduce these measures like this famous tax, which has caused so much unnecessary, in my view, disputation. But nevertheless, we will continue. We will, I'm determined to persevere, to make sure that we find the means to address some of the issues that you have got. It cannot be done other than through government. Government doesn't have any money on its own. It has money from the taxes of the people. That is the only way in which it raises money to be able to carry out its work as a government. But we will continue to work.
Last night I've been talking, my voice is even going. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. Totally unacceptable. Tax the drinks. When you are rich enough to buy all the drinks that you drink, tax those ones. And use that to grow the economy. Don't use that. Our national blood. To you, we deserve better. For boys,
girlfriends will leave you because you cannot afford to take that girlfriend to a restaurant. They say, Kofi, since I've been with you for years, you can never take me out to a restaurant. So some of us, we end up taking the girlfriends to the restaurants, and that day we tell them that we are fasting. Our church is fasting because we want to just save, because we have come with only 100 cedis. So we said, no, we are fasting, our church is fasting, but since you have been, I want to just take you and do your show. And then you buy the plate of rice, buy the plate of drink, and then give out. And this is what is happening all over. So restaurants have become dry. The number of plates they sell in a day has become dry. As a hotel is a luxury. Now the government has given directives that conferences should be held within their premises so they don't go to private sector. So what happened to those people in that industry? So it cuts all across. You have some of the shopping malls, and very soon you hear what one of the biggest shopping malls in the country is going to fold up because of overtaxation.
On the vexed matter of petroleum price increases, the suggestion has been made, which has also been repeated by the Secretary General, is at this moment not sustainable. Removing taxes on petroleum products will reduce government revenues by some 4 billion cedis. At this time, when we're determined to expand government revenues in order to increase our capacity to finance our own development, can we afford to reduce government revenues by 4 billion cedis? Government is currently confronted by very tight financing conditions in the wake of inadequate domestic revenue mobilization. Indeed, some of the revenues from these same taxes on petroleum products is what is used to pay some of the salaries of some of the 700,000 public sectors on government payroll. We are addressing the issue of fuel price increases by implementing measures that are succeeding in stabilizing the exchange rate, a key determinant of fuel prices. Government is also working hard to ensure reliable supply and availability of petroleum products, thereby preventing shortages, a phenomenon which is being experienced in some other neighboring countries. By the same token, we're keeping the lights on in Ghana, despite all the difficulties our economy is going through. We should bear in mind that even though we are a modest producer of crude oil, With a current output of 148,000 barrels per day, we are still a net importer of petroleum products. We therefore continue to be vulnerable to the price volatilities of the world market for petroleum products.
Fundamentals of the economy lies in putting in place that system that promotes transparency and accountability and fights corruption. As you enter the public sector, you will see that you'll be challenged by demons and principalities. See that you'll be challenged by demons and principalities, see, and accountability and fights corruption. As you enter the public sector, you will see that you'll be challenged by demons and principalities. The demons and principalities are all over the place. And you have to fight them. And we are going to fight them. And we are going to win that battle.
So wahwe we are say abako ho asema unim say man bi wo ho ekro bi wo ho a adwuma nim ema ye mabru a kianiki asembe to so man da mabi the friend of Arab Spring yenyina ate ho asem Arab Spring started with Tunisia. Young boy, I think 23-year-old boy, awako school enya degree I say onye juma. And then one day in protest on Washington. Can you imagine the level of desperation involved in Nipa? So I bet say I say we are seeing na ya basa unhu ni daso bia unhu bibia be ama etino o show ho ade akasem a che omanfo na no buy no e ti say eja or Tunisia because na krofo bebre te so no e bia won e wo mamu sa time ntu ehu ne sa na so na krofo ti so no doso papa a wonyina so say hey we na all kind of mama and here so near so see e fi ehun shem eno and if you see here the man North Africa this Arab Spring no buy
we will eliminate import duties on sanitary pads to improve health conditions, particularly for girls. It's very important, but what we want to really do is to make sure we produce the sanitary pads in Ghana. Until that happens in their numbers, we are going to eliminate the import duties to bring down the cost. People of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast. It is very critical that we do that. An airport makes a lot of sense in Cape Coast. It's a real tourist hub, and between Greater Accra, Kumasi and Cape Coast, you have a triangle that really is a lot of hub of economic activity. You can build railway lines between.
One to say, one day are buying, the one person are buying in a decline. You pay for the city. You hear and they say, Obama and Crank phone, and now one thing, and no energy in Kosovo and memory. It is a bad idea. Nakana, who be everywhere. Your Mupani informal sector. I tell you, come as if say MPP for. Yakopo every kwana maye. Ghana ranso every kwana maye. Say hoche you go say. Bra Ghana for every say. Yakopo aye kwan every kwana maye say. Yaki Yakopo boti. Eba pegi sa hoche no ela bread na every year. Okay.
we on say sikapon auto trade.
Okay.
And your forms amanfo abefele a wo de peka e your office.
Okay.
So,
okay.
What the forms will be able you?
We mama min pay ya no.
Amanfo abefele de peka.
Hey. Aka.
Wo de peka say my work and pay. Abrochirefo asema akofa ba enti na me kire wo. So,
okay.
Adenti na car na bi ni ho say say de be ma wo.
Music asa.
Yes, you can say what the hell there? We casa and what the quite side has a capon auto trade. Ye ama manfo a ya register e bi wo ho no ma wo mo di ye adwuma so Mr. Andrew Pobre ye see wo no.
Okay.
We nyina ye casa e ye work and pay casa e wo amanfo ho a ye di abadada.
Okay, awu mutwi.
Wo mo twi ye adwuma.
Okay.
What so we say ye ka ya register.
Yeah.
Now we a car be a container you could your duty.
Car could ye
Container
not a car
Nizam Quest.
Okay.
And an Akiaso any shemu.
Okay.
And a car and near maybe.
Okay.
So Nizam Quest.
Nizam Quest
wagon a family car nibisa.
Yeah.
You cocoa ye no. Na hwade abrochire fo nti na meka no. Sa na ma we mefiri hin na ba sa abrochire. Nti wo either say wo mo firi amekra ana say wo na de ba. Na hwade
fa sese na wa twere. Why?
Nti hwade.
Okay.
Ye kwa yi container no.
Okay.
Uza ni NDC charges have bought ye na wo mo buy wo so ma ba. What the paperless system no.
Okay.
The charges ye gusu o. Import duty.
Okay, import duty.
So sikasha no
58,165.46.
We are not about import VAT.
Import VAT and also 52,492.
Into a processing fee na no.
Okay.
ECOWAS levy,
ECOWAS levy 1,690.
Vehicle certification.
And also I think it's one CD.
Vehicle examination fee
3,199.
Network charge
1,186.
Network charge VAT
and also
155.
155.
Network charge COVID-19 health.
11 CDs.
And Ghana Shippers Authority fee.
And also 9 CDs.
Import national health insurance.
And also 9,904.
Network charge national health insurance.
And 29.
IRS deposit, Internal Revenue Service tax deposit.
3,380.
Ghana CD disinfection fee.
390.
And some way MOTI
5 CDs.
Import levy
104.
Special import levy. Special import levy.
You will be a connoisseur 6,760.
Ghana Export and Import Bank levy.
And also 2,535.
Ghana Education Trust Fund.
And also 9,904.
Network Charge Get Fund levy.
29 CDs.
Inspection fee.
And also 261.
African Union Import levy. 3,000.
Okay, 3,961.
And so na COVID-19 health recovery na 3,000.
Yeah.
When
African Union is 676.
Taxes, how many taxes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Senkaka this time overage, overage penalty.
The total number my 154,773. That's 1.5 billion.
If you are breaking in one financial baby, I'm not wanting baby. I break for the no your duty no. It is a say me bra me this year yentimi fa ka ba kokora mai. Cars ni dey wo ho. Wo dey me say me send me de cars ni bi fra kra ba no. Me send video na ma. Na ma fu hu se sikapon ototire. Your office wo ko hu futuro.
Yeah.
Me yanko bie. Bosum no so na wo mo akra no wo ho no ma kwacha. na se cars ni wo ho be ka no duty no we ni age 7,000 echira ne boy the 9,000 say 23,000 plus car no so ye to no ship the bar ni ekoko yi a ni ye comprehensive insurance ni the amount now this can be at was here now what it
which were really bad times where we all slept at the petrol station. So that's indication that, you know, we really need to get up and talk about it, because we cannot, as a nation that deserves so much more, come to this level.
I'm working like a bull and I'm paying my taxes. The government got to work like a bull as well and make sure that my road is fixed, that I have electricity, that I have water. That is their job. It is not for me to tell the president how to fix the economy. If he didn't know how to fix the economy, why did he run for office?
and as you can see
the clergy and the religious this thing, when they speak, they shake the foundation. And it is only the church that will address meaningfully the canker going on. And they want to silence all credible voices. Now, today, we will reveal everything to you. This question has, direct relation with the pronouncements of Reverend Professor Marty. Let me tell you why people do not want Professor Marty to talk. Listen, they have tried, politicians have tried all means, all means to muzzle me, to get me, but they can't. They come with bribes, fat envelope, $100,000. Listen. I want everybody to listen. Politicians came to my house with fat envelope, $100,000, not cedis, dollars. And also with the promises that, if you keep quiet, we will give you a house at Trazaco with swimming pool. You know what? We will give you 4-wheel drive. You know, these people were lucky. I did not have big dogs in my house. Else I would have released the dogs to bite them for the whole world to ask, Papa Moderator, my boy one again. Papa Moderator, I then I would tell me this, now you release the dog. Then I will tell them, ask what they came to do. You know what? They have tried all means to muzzle me. They couldn't, and I tell you they can't. And you know what? I will speak today, I will speak tomorrow. You know the tax I pay, Osofo. Sometimes when my this thing come and I see the tax that I've paid, but at the same time I say praise be to the Lord we serve, because it's going to build our nation. Then when my tax goes, you babies with sharp teeth, you are stealing the money and you don't want us to talk. We will talk today, we will talk tomorrow.
President Becky 8 years ago, I can't wait to run about it. Marry Muna Wakawas. Yaya market, Mamo, no many assembly, my assembly woman, go for my man and cassette me. That's nothing, that's it, or the human, but human, Mancani, who would have not and the body bar now, your friend and I myself. Or may you feel over for quite feel for the catch yourself. Or may you hope among you one now pass it 9, don't have a die, only a toy number. A buy as soon as we put down or the bull market in the year, a profit market. It is you are. Before the way, I will follow my also. You will never be new or a boca to amount. You may be a duo, and what you kind of two for 4. Minus what I found everyone. When you on the chair to abandon the Bemusa, what day? Will him send your money already? But you cry am a branch in ya, or Tiwa, no one that didn't tell you, or don't go to Nota, or you can imagine and then a branch will be in the air. Whenever be again, when you be to for say, the Pamir County, or about one password, Chesicaya, Ukla mobile phone, they 50 million, what is the kind of Shawaji, Profile market, 20 years and over and over. And then a confund if you cannot be at the cotton condemn. Be a project that I was moving in the power. Be a project that do say, you are branch out on Paway, Kojibura, Yama Memo, and the people who try to buy a cake, or for my own table, who are about Rocha, who are Krofuma, what to buy that. And see one, I was in group. What did you think I'm by me? Timon and also I watch out politicians some kind, and because of what. Some of the catching one and I make out your some be over 60 but be one breaking ground, one something. I don't know one. The be why you deceiving people? Why are you deceiving people? 101 projects, you move 5 Meko. The be breaking ground. The be breaking and before and the amount contractor who free support now your judgment debt, now government debt. No be a conform say my contract here. Ya mama ya me tutu for my boy are 111. Now to be able 5 say come here 111 abusan for 5 dey my wie matem self ru. Who are them pony what them and son be pia be kan. Ya mo ka kira abonten. Ya na mo kan dem. Na so nyankopon otias na ono obi ka. Just here we do na ma musika ma sego. Wo be bia o TV adu wo wieska. Be bia o TV adu a wo di. E bia ne be bele kura wo TV di. Bo dia kura me ru na wo di wo wieska wo de. When you are secret, continue with me. Ukama brown in the TV, or the DHO, Ukama di Magi, Ukama di Mago, Ukama di Jenny, Ukama, Uchinema baby over no the other. Yadia only for the Yamma over Ukama di Bibiao, or Diana Yibif. What's enough for the power to share the cassette? Good link in 12 or over no the coin. The Yaman will become. But it's so magically things and phone. Just yet. Okay, we say you should preach, you preaching. Now, I'm a horse. We are preaching, be preaching. Some of you go bully. I'm in Saudi Arabia. From we are seeing 50 as a president. The baby winning maybe only one bro. How can the president this is so? No, I'm a Kodia. And you 1 million who are Ghana, no Tinia Kunyana. Because of Cassette. I want to so open to us or doing a man of Brusa or no Toby and your chopa. Why are you going to swam at the channel for Sonny Ose? The Crawford who Wakaja them Pentecost, we feel quite in Namutu. Obeying Crana Chicken in Tosi Ida. They are now making one of a boy and was a never mammy. Look why I'm why she came and I'm going to crack one out there. And the president, dear Casa, I'm on your way.
Nana Akufo-Addo has made it very clear that his government is going to build a globally competitive economy. We have not really been thinking global, and this is what we need to do, that we have to understand that we are in competition with other countries, and investment moves from country to country, and we have to think global. And so, the Nana Akufo-Addo policy, which he stated, is just basically to build the most people-friendly and the most business-friendly economy in Africa. This is the goal that we are going to try to do, the most people-friendly and the most business-friendly. The tax issue is a major issue, because if you are so, fixated on revenue, you will essentially end up hurting your production. And so if you go back into history, you study the economic history of United States, Germany, England, all of them have used the tax, policy to encourage production. And this is why we are saying that, today you have a situation in Ghana, unbelievable situation, when businesses are out on strike. Businesses who should be selling are out on strike. Why are they out on strike? Because they've been overburdened by taxes. And if you don't take care, you'll be chasing the tax revenue and killing businesses. And when you kill businesses, it means you are causing unemployment. And so if you go back, this is why Nana Akufo-Addo is saying, we need to mobilize financial resources. So why are you going to be imposing VAT on financial services? It doesn't make sense in a country which has got a very large unbanked population, and we want people to bank. We will abolish that, he says. We will abolish import duty on all raw materials, because that has been a policy that will help production. Let the businesses produce. Let them make profit. And when they make profit and employ people, we will get income taxes and we will get corporate taxes. So you don't go ahead to kill the business. No, let them bring in the raw materials. Let them produce. Then you will tax, at the end of the day. And I think that you have a government where you have cutlasses being taxed, condoms being taxed, and even savings. There was a 1% imposition on savings, which was later withdrawn.
And investments,
yes. Investments, which was later. I mean, even to think about it it's been suspended. It's been suspended. But even to think about it.
Oh, it's now abolished, is it? Okay.
Yeah, but even to think about it, it doesn't. It just questions who are making these policies.
But isn't it just another way?
Another way of raising revenue.
Well, yes,
but when you become desperate, this is what happens. That when you've mismanaged the economy into this hole, then anything sounds great to you because you don't have any option.
Government paid over 2-point-something billion cedis to just close it, and the bank was owing about 800 million. So even the 2 billion was given as a loan if I tell the country, but you throw it away to close it. And in 2012 we were employing over 2,500 people directly from trade, but they decided to close it down. And in any civilized institution, you don't close down brands that people accept. You build them out. But the government decided, for whatever reason, that they will close it down completely. And they closed it the way they did, with police and things, breaking things down at dawn, which is not how you close down a bank. But see, if I talk, it's like, because it's about you are defending. But the fact is that what is wrong for the country is wrong for the country. Because, as I said, the fact is the government paid over 2-point-something billion cedis to just close it.
That when you've mismanaged the economy into this hole, then anything sounds great to you because you don't have any option. You see what I mean? And this is the problem, that anything that is taxable, that can feasibly be taxed, they are trying to impose taxes on it, increasing withholding, taxes on withholding, and so on. All of these are hurting. They are hurting the economy. These taxes are hurting, and therefore you are not going to get the growth. And when you don't get the growth, you will not get the revenue. And when you don't get the revenue, you go back to increasing taxes to get the revenue, and then you are in a cyclical down.
Say beboa ama ankoanko adwuma atinti mu wɔ Ghana. When I want to produce when they are buying, the 1% are buying in a decline.
We believe in lower taxes as a government for industry, and we are working at this aggressively with the GRA and to be cemented with the Standing Committee of the Mutual Prosperity Dialogue. Mr. Speaker, further to the above, the following reliefs have been prioritized for implementation. To extend, Mr. Speaker, the zero rate of VAT on locally manufactured African prints for 2 more years. Mr. Speaker, to waive import duties on import of electric vehicles for public transportation for a period of 8 years. Mr. Speaker, to waive import duties on semi-knocked down and completely knocked down electric vehicles imported by registered EV assembly companies in Ghana for a period of 8 years. Mr. Speaker, to extend zero rate of VAT on locally assembled vehicles for 2 more years. Mr. Speaker, to zero rate VAT on locally produced sanitary pads. Mr. Speaker, to grant import duty waivers for raw materials for the local manufacture of sanitary pads. Mr. Speaker, to grant exemptions on the importation of agricultural machinery equipment and inputs and medical consumables, raw materials for the pharmaceuticals industry. Mr. Speaker, a VAT flat rate of 5% to replace the 15% standard VAT rate on all commercial properties will be introduced to simplify administration. Government has renegotiated the contract terms of the large general hospital project and will now be funded through the national budget. The contractor is expected, Mr. Speaker, to be back on site next week to complete a significant amount of work by 2024. We will continue with all extendedly funded projects that will be resumed. However, the overflowing projects are ongoing and at various stages of completion. Kumasi Lake Road and Drainage Extension Project is completed. Reconstruction of Bichem Techimanchia Akumadin Road is 71% complete.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our job, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. Inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Right, hello, good morning and welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. It's a Thursday, the 16th day of November 2023. By His grace, we're live and we're here. We're at another edition of the show. Our gratitude to go to the Most High God for the rare privilege of being alive and, of course, the opportunity of having another conversation Around the top stories making rounds here in our dear Republic. I'll let you into our panel for the morning's conversation shortly. But let's take a look at the front pages of our newspapers. Daily Graphic. 2024 budget. Tax cuts outlined to spare growth. Government allocates 220 million Ghana cedis for dam spillage victims. Budget statement empty. Minority. Ghanaian Times. Presentation of 2024 budget. Government to spend 226.7 billion cedis next year to maintain macroeconomic stability and create jobs. 2024 budget. Businesses to benefit from tax reliefs. President receives MRE results on Yinehim block. Communities affected by Akosombo Dam spillage to benefit from 220 million Ghana cedis government relief support. Chief Dr. Zakaria elected steering committee chairman of AU's Interfaith Dialogue Forum 2023. Daily Guide. Economy to hit 1 trillion cedis. Oforiata. Major facelift for Tema Port. 220 million cedis allocated for Akosombo Dam spillage victims. Government approves 23% base pay increment for workers. Stop religious politics. The New Crusading Guide. Economy to exceed 1 trillion cedis in 2024 as government targets 176.4 billion revenue. Engage women in fight against climate change. Samira Baumia. University of Ghana, KNUST French students face uncertainty as funds from scholarship secretariat delays. Please grab Jato Clements over Laboni demolition. 2024 budget to propel Baumia's vision. Brekuduka. Ayenswano MPP parliamentary primaries. Constituents rally behind Aida Asiedu. Richard Nyama secures 14 Ghana gas PURC boreholes for Pandai district. The Insight. Ghana's economy, a complete mess. Catholic bishops bare teeth at government amid rising corruption. Minister accuses road contractors of impregnating teenage girls. Government ditches calls for tax exemptions on imported sanitary pads. Clemens Jato, 2 others, arrested over alleged unlawful demolition at Laboni. Am I the only person who's been seeing a lot of construction of fence walls around old government bungalows in the last 6 months or so? I mean, I drive around here, this ridge area, Laboni Cantonment, some government bungalows that I know. All of a sudden, they're all having new fence walls being constructed. Whatever those ones mean. Well, 2024 budget is Yekofie budget, Drivers Union. The Daily Statesman. We're back on track. Government presents in Kunim budget for stability and growth. Harmonized prospectus for SHS freshers in all schools. Dr. Zakaria elected committee chair of AU's Interfaith Dialogue Forum 2023. Dr. Edison, ethics in banking sector must be strengthened. Huh? Can I repeat it? Ethics in banking sector must be strengthened. That's the governor of the Bank of Ghana. All right. Business Finder. Government targets 2.8% growth for 2024 by spending 226.7 billion to accrue 61.9 billion deficit. Government invested 32.7 billion cedis to keep lights on. Oforiata. Improve infrastructure to boost African trade. Daily Post. Ghanaians will not elect a religious leader. Sami Jemfi shades Baumia. Parliament eulogizes late Teresa Kufuor. Okay. There's a e-faith. So by day and by night. That's on the front page of Daily Post. Okay. 2 Jubilee House soldiers, Ghana Immigration Service officer caged for alleged robbery. 2024 budget, NPP government leaving behind a bankrupt economy. Atu forcing. Parliament eulogizes late Teresa Kufuor. And that's about it for the front pages. We'll be back shortly.
Pascal is showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She is pleased, but now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains that he hired a security guard to protect the data shed. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't upgraded to cloud storage yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
Mommy.
Michelle say, fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Choco Toothpaste. Healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Choco Toothpaste. Sankofa.
Yenchi. Kel Choco Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Ready for something refreshing and great tasting? For your kids' enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
For your graduation enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
Beach hangout?
Angel Cola.
For all your refreshing moments?
Angel Cola.
For your parties, get-togethers, events, and celebrations, enjoy a chilled bottle of Angel Cola. Radio Grandma, today is your day. Over to you. Thank you. Enjoyment Cola.
Angel Cola.
The Enjoyment Cola. Enjoy all your moments and fun time with Angel Cola. This advert is FDA approved.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
Inside Black Star Press Limited, grow inside the invective minds, evolving concepts, and the creative trends. The printing press you need now. Witness the beauty, diversity, and natural wonder with our works. Inside Black Star Press Limited, in association with Lionhead Group of Companies. Call us now on 0200-880-000 for all your print works. Black Star Press Limited, a worldwide reputation for quality printing.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model, securing your safety, creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Discover the perfect blend of quality, modern elegance, and affordability with Kingdom Home Real Estate. At Kingdom Home Real Estate, we cater to both local and international clients, offering exceptional housing options in Ebri and Ikropong. Our properties are conveniently located, providing a tranquil atmosphere, top-notch security, and essential amenities such as electricity, water, and backup generators. Our strategic locations offer easy access to popular tourist destinations, all within a 30-minute drive from Accra. Visit us in Ekropon, right after the Latte Junction, or in Ibri, near the Ibri Girls Senior High School. Alternatively, you can reach us Kingdom Home Real Estate, where your dream home becomes a reality.
Hey, give it to me! Hey, man! Stop! Ah, enough you guys, oh! Continue!
Prepare yourself to unleash even more moolah by staking from 1 Ghana cedi to 350 Ghana cedis. And you could win 26 times your stake on the exciting new Pick 1 game from Game Pack. Play by dialing *946# on all networks via our website or download the Game Pack app on www.gamepackgames.com. Choose your Pick 1 number from 1 to 36. Place your stake and watch our live draws on Adum TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily.
Hey, live life like me with Game Pack. Game Pack, more moolah, more power.
This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly.
The 7th edition of the prestigious Ghana Energy Awards is here. Theme: Ghana's Energy Transition Framework, Sector Institutions as Building Blocks for the 2030 to 2040 targets. Happening live on Friday, 17 November at the Labadi Beach Hotel, 6:30 p.m. Special guest of honor is His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana. For tickets, sponsorship, or enquiries, call 030-394-0300 or 055-930-0631. Endorsement, validation, industry partners, media partner. Ghana Energy Awards, 7 years of redefining excellence.
Masamba. They say, you see, you call cashless. They get cashless here. You say, you can be a office. You see the power up back. And also, another will be here. Set up auto credit. Set up auto credit and no one issue. So, what problem be a person using for authority? Finance overcome power up. So, and one on the 2 assembly up. So, only smartphone and money how. And there's only data and so on. And it's new memory. And one said, who bring your young phone. Oh, sorry. Open your phone. No one direct *226#. You are through there. You see the power app no? Mobile money, Visa card, Mastercard, a BHP here. You let me see you see the power app. I want to show a down some. It's simple.
Welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana Live on Metro TV. With me on the show this morning are 2 members of parliament. To my immediate left is the member of parliament for the Yape Kusogu constituency, the Honorable John Abdullahi Jinapo. Good morning, JJ.
Good morning.
Okay. Also with me on the show is the Honorable Member of Parliament for the 2nd D constituency, who is also a Deputy Minister of Energy, Andrew Ejapa Mesa. Good morning, bro.
Morning, my brother.
Right. Okay, so I have some good news from MTN for you, of course. And imagine getting rewarded for doing something you already do every single day. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, that's exactly what Momo Season is all about. There's something for everyone. Download the Momo app on Play Store or App Store and use Momo Pay for your day-to-day transactions to a merchant either through the QR code or merchant ID and stand a chance of winning 1,000 Ghana cedis weekly and other amazing prizes. Our merchants are also not left out of the reward. Receive payments and win. Keep using your Momo Pay on the Momo app and get rewarded. There are lots and lots of exciting prizes for everyone. So what are you doing today? Transact more with Momo Pay, earn more points and win big this Momo Season. So visit momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh for your Momo for Business account today. It's Momo Season, so just Momo it with Momo Pay. Terms and conditions apply. And brushing your kids' teeth sometimes becomes difficult due to resistance because the taste of the toothpaste available to them. Use Kel Kids toothpaste flavored with strawberry that gives a perfect taste for kids and makes them develop a personal attitude and love for brushing their teeth always. Kel Kids toothpaste protects child's gum, prevents cavities, and makes the teeth strong and healthy with freshness all day. Kel Kids toothpaste is recommended for children between the ages of 2 and 6 and is a product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasso, and is also approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Kel Kids, happy smile. And enjoying the fruits of your labor is as important as enjoying the mansions of your labor. The pains of climbing stairs when not exercising could be challenging for all ages. But worry no more. Lift and elevators have got you covered with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators on the market today. It's a simple self-supported elevator for both homes and offices. And guess what? It can lift your goods too. Wheelchairs can fit in, and they come in 3 custom-made models. It's affordable and can be installed within 3 days. Visit Lift and Elevators at Sakumono or just call them on 0200535515 or send a mail to elevatorsgh@gmail.com for consultations and the best solutions in easy vertical movement. And if you're thinking about alternative medicine, well, there's a place to go. That's Amen Alternative Medical Hospital. It's one of the best alternative medicine hospitals in Ghana. So for all your health consultations, counseling, physiotherapy, and homeopathic medicine, Amen Alternative Medical Hospital is the best for you. It's the first to modernize herbal and homeopathy medicine in Ghana. They have the best medical practitioners from KNUST with a state-of-the-art treatment curated for your need. The most obscure ailments can be diagnosed and taken care of. Amen Alternative Medical Hospital is at Klagon on the Lashibia Shaman Road near the Underbridge, and they're open on from Monday to Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can reach them on 0207-229-505 or 0244-227-192 to book your appointments. Amen Alternative Medical Hospital. God is the healer. All right. So she was born on the 25th of October 1935 at Wenchi. Her family is actually from a town called Odumase in the Bono region. And she died on the 1st day of October 2023 at Peduase in the Eastern region. She loves October. Born in October, died in October. Well, she was actually a state-certified midwife with also a certificate in premature nursing, and most of her working life was in the United Kingdom, where she met her husband. They were married for 61 years. 61 years. They were married for 61 years until her demise. And of course, they were blessed with children. Okay. And, well, very elegant, affable lady. I mean, you should have known her. I mean, she thinks deeply, doesn't speak too often, but speaks with a lot of wisdom. And she was the first lady of this country for 8 years. Mrs. Teresa Kufuor, we all know, has passed on, and state burial for her starts off today A 4-day state burial starts off today, and it will be climaxed in Kumasi on Saturday for her burial. And she's going home peacefully. What a lady, what a woman, what a mother, what a grandmother, what a first lady. And I'm extremely happy that I got to know her, I got to meet her, I got to be close to her, I got to benefit a lot from her wise counsel and her motherly love and all that. And it's time for her to leave us. Gentlemen, Mrs. Teresa Kufuor, the state funeral for her starts today at the forecourt of the State House.
Well, I can only wish President Kufuor my condolence. I do recall that when we were in power, I visited him one day. And to be frank, he's full of wisdom. So much knowledge and experience. And so I guess that why we are talking about this woman is because of the husband. And the truth is that it does appear that she's given the husband enormous support in his career. And so we can only wish them our condolence. I intend going for the state one here.
Yes.
As state, as right from here. I'm sure that I may be going with my friend Ayepa. I mean, she's lived it all. Her age tells you that she's achieved it all. I mean, hardly do people even get to 60, let alone get married for 61 years. So it's a source of encouragement to some of us, the young ones. We hope to be
You
able
got
to
married to President Kufuor when she was 26.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
She was in England practicing her nursing after her training there. And President Kufuor had also gone to Oxford. Yeah.
Wow. And so we'll be there.
She was the younger sister of the Honorable J.H. Mensah.
Yes. That's true. That's true. It's true. I forgot. Yeah, that's true. But Randy, it also tells you that we're also aging by the day because a lot of the people are leaving. I mean, I remember J.H. Mensah going in Parliament. And today we are in Parliament. So we'll be there to commiserate with President Kufuor and the family.
Yeah.
Certainly.
All right, Bo.
Yeah, let me.
Did you ever meet her?
Unfortunately.
Oh no. Oh no.
Periods that I happened to visit the old man, she was unwell.
Okay.
And so I never got to meet her.
Okay.
Rather unfortunately. But of course, all the glowing tributes that people have delivered since her passing tells you the kind of woman that she was. Of course, I, as a young man growing up, during President Kufuor's presidency, I believe I was out of Legon. So I observed her from afar. She was affable by all accounts. She occupied her role with grace. And I believe that she served as an example for those growing up to emulate people in public office, albeit hers was unelected. It was like Gigi said, she was first lady by reason of her marital relationship with her former president, the Gentle Giant. And I'll be going to the funeral as well this morning to commiserate with the family. I wish her a peaceful rest. And my sincere condolences to President Kufuor and the entire family.
I got to know her really well. There are several countless occasions. And she had a younger sister who passed on a few years ago, Auntie Mary. You know, and so through Auntie Mary, I even got closer to Auntie Teresa. And Auntie Mary was like my mother. So she's just a wonderful woman. She was a wonderful woman, wonderful woman. Okay, all right. So let's move on. We'll get to the energy issues in a bit, but let's talk budget. Yesterday, what did okay, let me first of all show you something, and maybe you can explain to me, although you don't work there, you could explain to me what that meant. After the minister read the budget, and I'm sure after all the protocols in Parliament, he went back to his office. And then something happened at the office. I've not seen anything like that before. I don't know what that means. Let's just watch it, and then we'll get back to do the issue of the budget. All right, so what you just watched, the Ministry of Finance, this is what happened. The workers are lined up waiting for the finance minister. He arrived there after presenting the budget, and this is how he was welcomed with the Yedim Kunim and Nyami Sunsum Sambra and all that. I don't know what that means. Maybe I need to call my pastor to find out whether there's some religious significance. But a friend will say we have time for a lot of rubbish in this country. But
well, I wouldn't describe this as rubbish. A lot of work goes into the preparation of the budget. I mean, during the course of the week, I had the privilege of participating in some of the discussions off-site, and you could see.
Hey, you're a very big man. Influential Bobo.
And so you would expect that some of the discussions were, would involve some of us. And so the kind of work that went into the preparation of the budget, I suppose that, and of course, this is the last budget of the Akufo-Addo government. And so if they go out and against all odds are able to put together the budget and present it to the admiration of many. Of course, you would expect people to raise issues, as is the case in some of the headlines. It's worthy of celebration, and so if the staff of the ministry gather to welcome the minister from Parliament with songs, I don't see that as rubbish. It's unusual, yes. I mean, I haven't seen any such thing before. This is the first time that I'm seeing it.
I wasn't even aware yesterday because immediately after budget I had to do some media engagement and retired, later on, wake up at night to prepare for the show. So I'm seeing this video for the first time, but I would suspect that the euphoria, that the staff showed was to celebrate the minister for the work that he's put in over the years. It's very likely that he may not be part of the Bawumia administration in 2025, and so if they choose to celebrate the presentation of his last budget in this manner, I wouldn't describe it with the words that you describe them with.
So yes, Jay.
Well, I'm not too surprised. I see it as a farewell party for he and his government. Just that, like you said, normally you don't expect the public servants and the civil servants to get into this arena. They're supposed to be professional, they do their work and retire. But to line up in this fashion, as if there's been some contest, and you recall Dr. Bawumia had a similar welcome when he returned from the election. Some of us thought that, well, the seat of government is highly political. Moreover, he went into an election, so you let it pass. But now it's descending and getting to the ministries, where when a minister comes to present a budget, on his way back, all the workers are put up there. And I was listening to one of the videos. I could hear some of them say that Yejina Hache. Compel them, come and put them there to receive him and sing Yedim Kunim. And what is that? And sometimes, you see, you might think that Randy's comment is harsh, but we entertain some of these unnecessary pedestrian.
I was just quoting a friend.
I
don't disagree with a friend, though.
No, about any discerning person would ask that, but what is this?
Yes.
What's the import? What are you seeking to convey? What are you seeking to achieve? As we speak, Randy, the budget has not been laid. That's
not true.
As we speak, the budget has not been laid.
Well, how do you mean?
When the minister appeared in Parliament, he said that he is reading sections of the budget, and that the full budget should be deemed to have been laid. And the practice is that after reading the speech, what you have here is just a speech. He lays the actual budget with the figures, with the tables and the appendixes. I have checked from the clerk, I've checked from the minority leader. He has not laid that budget. Anybody watching here can attest to the fact that that budget is not available. Go to the website.
This is your 7th year in Parliament, not so?
Yes.
Your 7th year.
7th year.
So at least you have been in the House for 7 budget readings.
Yes.
Okay. I'm taking the media ones out. So major budget reading 7. How is this different? Is this different?
This is
from the others?
completely different. This never happened.
It's never happened.
It's never happened. When the minister finished reading the speech, he lays the actual budget. It's given to the minority.
When you say the actual budget, what do you mean?
The actual budget is the full budget. What the minister just presented was a speech, a statement. The actual budget has...
These are the highlights.
Yes.
Then Bobo has the...
He has the speech, 49 pages.
And the highlights.
You have...
Yes,
okay, so
but you don't have the budget.
But
so there's another document.
There's a budget. Yes, it's about... And let me tell you the features of the budget. It contains the tables, all the tables. It contains the figures. And then it contains the appendixes. Because that is where you go and see total revenue. How much is tax revenue? He can't tell us. How much are we expecting from VAT? How much are we expecting? It's not there. You get a point. So we need the budget itself in order to do the analysis. And he has to lay the budget in Parliament. After that, you can go to the website of the Ministry of Finance that same day. That is what they do. I've opened their website. The budget is not there.
So you're saying that the minister has not laid the budget statement in Parliament.
He has not laid the budget statement in Parliament.
So the budget statement is not available.
It's not available anywhere.
Not to Parliament.
Not just to Parliament. Anywhere.
The Speaker doesn't have it.
He doesn't have it. I've checked with the clerk.
Table office doesn't have it.
I've checked with the minority leader this morning.
They don't have it.
They don't have it.
You're a member of the Finance Committee. Right?
I'm a member of the Finance Committee. Always when it's immediately give members of the Finance Committee the budget.
You don't have it.
We don't have it.
As at now.
As we speak, we don't have it. And so you cannot even tell the percentages.
Yes.
For instance, if you say the deficit, what's the percentage? If you say tax revenue, what's the percentage? If you say, you don't have all those things. The memorandum side of it, you don't have it. The financing, you know there's supposed to be a deficit of 61 billion. Then you go and see, so how do you finance that 61 billion? You go to the budget and you see financing. Under the financing, it will show you domestic this, that may be well bound. Then you know where government is going to get the money to finance it. So as we sit here, the only analysis we can do is the speech that he delivered.
There's no budget.
There's no budget. He's here. The minister is here. It's never happened. It's never happened.
Bobo disagrees with you. Let's hear it.
Let him show us where the budget is. You should show me where the budget is.
Yeah, Bobo.
You see, the budget is printed and delivered to members of parliament.
When?
It's not the same day. Never happened.
What about laying?
But it's been laid.
Parliament. The budget?
Yesterday, the Minister for Finance laid the budget and it was referred to the appropriate committee. Is that not what happened?
Which will be the finance
committee.
Okay.
I'm on the finance committee.
But of course, the copies are never made available to you on that very day.
That is not true. I'm a member of the finance committee.
I've been with you as a friend of the committee during the 7th Parliament.
But let me just ask you just one question. I beg you just one. When we finish the budget, the next day, don't we sit here to analyze the budget?
Yes.
Don't we bring copies?
Yes.
Where's your copy? Where is your copy of the budget?
I don't have a copy of the budget.
You see?
See, Randy, these are the highlights. These are the budget speech that we all analyze every year.
Okay. No, what about
every year when we come on?
Is that what we do here every year?
Yes.
Of course, that's exactly what we do.
I deal with the appendices.
No, everybody deals with the appendices.
Where is it?
But
yes.
I haven't received the copy. Because the budget, I know, they will print it and put it in our pigeonholes, or we pick it from the, leadership office or our HIP's office, where everybody goes to sign for his copy.
What about the ministry's website?
It's never been the case.
What about the ministry's website?
Of course, Rani, you see, all the tables, appendixes, is what culminates into a speech. So it cannot be the case that you present a speech with figures, revenue, expenditure targets, and all that without necessarily completing the appendixes and all that. Because that's what feeds into the speech that you deliver. So what's this mischief that you are trying to peddle this morning?
Randy,
as if to say the Minister of Finance came to stand in Parliament and just speak and leave without presenting the budget. When the budget has been read, laid, and referred to the appropriate committee. If you haven't received a copy before close of day yesterday, that doesn't mean that the budget was not presented. Because whatever it is that is given to the clerk at table will not be made available to you. It's your printed copy that you have to go and sign.
You didn't even listen to me.
So what are we talking about?
I said I went to the clerk. I went to the clerk. And he's the custodian of the budget. And he says he doesn't have it. So what is this you are saying here? And you have been the host for this program.
Yes.
Randy, every day after the budget,
yes,
when we come here, I've sat here with Abuna before.
I mean, for 22 years.
We go into the budget and look at, and you would always say, let's go to the appendices.
Yes.
And I'm saying,
Uncle Aswahoy taught me that.
And I'm telling you that every year when the budget is read, immediately it is read. When you go to their website, you can download the full budget. It is not there. If it is
I
there,
haven't gone to the Ministry of Finance website.
So don't argue the way you are arguing.
But I'm saying that yesterday, the Minister of Finance.
I've told you that I've gone here. I didn't get it. I've gone to the minority.
You can't go to the clerk for a copy of that. You can't go to the clerk for a copy of that.
Why can't you? So where do we get it every year? How come that every year?
Every year we sign
a
copy of our budget printed from the office of our whips.
No, I'm saying that. Okay, let me put it succinctly.
Let's not do this.
Unlike every year, this year, almost 24 hours after the budget, none of us can lay hands on the budget, either on their website from our leaders or from the clerk's office. Well, if you know where it is, tell us.
The budget was read at 1 p.m. or so yesterday, so it can't be 24 hours.
Sometimes it's read at 2 p.m.
Is that
almost. Today, what's the time today? What's the time? It's unusual. Accept it and stop this defense that you are putting up.
There's nothing.
It's not available.
Have you contacted your leadership?
I spoke to Ato Forson this morning. Look, Randy, this is Ato Forson, Honorable. 7:46 a.m. this morning. This is the.
But how am I supposed to know the content of the conversation?
The leader doesn't have it. And I'm telling you, the practice is that anytime the finance minister is done with the budget, the leader is given a copy of the budget. Then he will make it up. That hasn't happened. But let's put even Parliament aside. By evening, the budget is always on their website.
The Ministry of Finance's website.
Yes. Is that true or not?
I don't know.
You wouldn't know, so
but how do I know?
If
because
you don't know,
copy from Parliament.
Because you don't know. When those of us who know we speak, don't come arguing with us.
Why shouldn't I argue with you?
That is on their website.
But how do you allege that the budget was not read or was not made?
Did I say it wasn't read? I said I want to.
How do you
say he doesn't have it. If it was read, you have it. So why is the budget not on their website? Let's put it. Why is it not on their website? I don't
work at the Ministry of Finance. I don't know. But I'm saying.
So don't argue.
I have been in Parliament the same time as you. I received a copy printed day or 2 days after the budget before we go for post-budget hearing. What are we talking about?
Randy, this shouldn't take our time because you as host, anytime we come here a day after the budget,
I have come here as well.
Is that not it?
To speak no, is that not a fact? On the morning after the reading of the budget is the speech. Okay, and the highlights that we all discussed.
I'm making a point. Listen,
what
I'm asking Randy
that as host. You're just throwing this statement every day for no purpose.
But the tables and the appendices can always be accessed on the MOFEP
website. Absolutely. What if it's not there? Then you can access it. But if it's not there, how do you access it?
No, but I'm saying that to help with the analysis, I am able to access it the next day. I'm able to access it on their website.
The next day?
Yes.
But the budget was ready yesterday.
No, you don't get me. I'm saying the next day when I come and sit here,
I'm
able to access it. That's the point I'm making.
It's not available. Instead of maybe there's a technical issue.
I don't know.
Maybe whatever. So when I say it's not available, what do you mean? It cannot be found on their website. You are arguing over nothing, Ejapa, and everybody watching you will just think that what is the meaning of this? Even if it's not available on the website, in any civilized society, the ministry would have issued a statement. You think they don't owe Ghanaians that, and you think it's normal. The budget is not available. Come and sit here and think that his speech is what we should analyze. How do you analyze the speech? How do you compare the figures? How do you do the computation? Please, stop what you are doing. It won't help you, Master.
All right. So, Bobo.
Yes, Randy.
With what we have, really, what are the key issues about the budget, and what is victorious? I mean, because of the Nkunim, what is it that is victorious that ought to be celebrated as far as this budget is concerned? From the government's perspective.
I'm glad you added that.
Yes.
Because my first comment would have been that, as a host, I don't think that statement is fair.
Which one?
Because what is victorious?
I'm saying that because of the christening of the budget.
Yeah. We have gone through a lot of. We have gone through a lot of difficulty as a nation.
Yes.
There's no doubt whatsoever about the economic challenges that we have had to deal with in the past couple of years.
Yes.
Thankfully, if you look at the macroeconomic indicators, we are turning the curve, and that is something that is worthy of celebration. Okay, because if you look at our macroeconomic indicators in the past 2 years, there were nothing to write home about. Post-COVID, this country's economy was largely challenged. His Excellency the President has made that admission. Vice President has spoken to it. The Minister of Finance has spoken to it. And of course, we have had to go to the IMF to seek some relief to try and rebuild our economy. And so if you look at the figures that we achieved in 2023 and the projections for 2024, what we are saying is that we've paid our dues, we are bending the corner, and there's definitely light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, you may choose to disagree with that position, but the truth of the matter is that where we have come from as a nation. Okay, we cannot have any conversation without situating it in context. The argument that yes, Russia, Ukraine cannot be basis for our economic challenges is only pretending to be an ostrich. The argument that COVID cannot be the basis for the challenging economy that we faced, I find it difficult to find words to describe anybody who takes that view. That is not to say that our economy was in perfect shape before these events took place in 2020. Because the reality is that in 2017, 2018, 2019, government took decisions that had huge financial burden on our budget. Okay, unavoidable, if you ask me, because the energy sector payments that were made were necessary. The banking sector cost that was incurred was absolutely necessary, because not taking those decisions would have led to a situation that I probably may not be able to describe, because it would have been catastrophic. Okay, and so those were realities that we're living with as a country. But of course, there was a way out in terms of the amortization that had been provided for the below the line reporting, clearly to distinguish our regular income and expenditure pattern as a government vis-a-vis those extraordinary expenditures that had to be made. Okay, and in 2020 a pandemic strikes that affects the entire world. Ghana is not an island, and so was impacted. Government took a decision that, look, saving lives and livelihood of Ghanaians was much more fundamental than economic indicators. And so a decision was taken to protect lives and livelihoods. Of course, your economy took a tank, and post that, you start a recovery process. You say to Parliament that, look, going to IMF that we've exited successfully would mean that same cut expenditure, same raise revenue. And so we're going to deploy that same mechanism, deploy some fiscal consolidation measures, and try and rebuild our economy ourselves. We submit a budget to Parliament in 2021 with revenue measures. Parliament approves the budget, approves the appropriation, and breaks the law. Section 22 of the Public Financial Management Act. Parliament broke the law, aided by our friends in the NDC, that I'm not going to allow you to raise the revenue, the additional revenues that you had programmed. Okay, of course, the consequences were all known to us, that we're going to take a bashing from ratings agencies and all that. Okay, and so by June, July of 2022, we had no option than to seek IMF support, which we've done, which then has led to painful decisions such as the domestic debt exchange program impacted, large number of Ghanaians who had made investments in government bonds and securities with a certain expectation. Government had to renegotiate, if you like, some coupon payments and interest rates. People took some hit. It was painful. But if you needed to put the economy back on track, those decisions necessarily had to be taken to ensure that you bring your debt within sustainable levels. Okay, we're embarking on discussions with our external debt holders as well to try and focus our economy back on track. And clearly, we've achieved some significant successes over the past year. Headline inflation has now dropped from a high of 54 to 31. GDP is growing now, 3.2%, I believe, or 2.3%. Debt to GDP has dropped to about 66.4%. Our gross international reserves started growing again. And so these are clear indications that give us hope, and the kind of macro goals to support the medium-term objectives of government investment in agriculture, telecommunications, and tourism, we believe clearly demonstrates a government that has done well under the circumstances. If you look at the quantitative targets, qualitative targets, even the structural targets that we set with IMF, almost all of them have been achieved to the point where we signed the staff level agreement awaiting IMF board decision. And so that clearly is cause for celebration that yes, we are not out of the woods yet, but we can see clearly signs on the wall of an economy that is recovering. And that, I believe, is what the Ghanaian people are looking to see in the budget that the government presented. That, yes, we all know where we are. We all know what took us there. In times past, even problems in China, okay, mere cough in China was basis for a decision to go to IMF here in this country. Yet those same people turn around and say that that was struck by a global pandemic that led to loss of lives of many people across the world are giving excuses for what they are going to. But everybody knows that this COVID-19 pandemic had huge effect on most economies across the world. In fact, every economy across the world. The supply chain disruptions that was associated with the Russian-Ukraine war is very much known to everybody. Okay, and so Randy, I'm excited that the finance minister gave an account of where we are and the projection for 2024, which we can have a detailed discussion going forward. That's really an Nkolimdi that needs to be celebrated.
Okay, what would you say to those who hold a view that if you declare default in November 2022, and so for the entirety of 2023, you are not paying your external debt, and we know what that meant to the economy. Really, that is why we went to the IMF anyway. So if by declaring default, you are not paying any of your debts, you've done a DDEP, and you alluded to that, where many Ghanaians have lost virtually most of their savings and have had a little left even deferred and all that. Why won't you post some of these results? What is there to celebrate?
You see, I see that argument as a little weird.
Why?
Why? The loan disbursements, are they happening? Many projects that we contracted facilities for have stalled, no?
Yes, they have.
Why? Because they are not disbursing.
Yes.
So if you say that we are not paying interest,
yes,
but you are not getting the disbursements, does it not even out?
No.
What was her?
No.
No. What's her?
Bobo.
Who taught me this?
The interest
I learned the funds from you.
The interest payments that are due.
Yes.
Are interest payments.
But in any event, what do you mean by default?
No, Ghana declared default that we are unable to pay. We declared it. We announced it.
You don't know those
that we were having a negotiation to restructure our debt.
No, November 2022, the Republic of Ghana announced a debt default. So we informed all our creditors that we were unable to pay them, both domestic and international. We made that announcement November 2022. Before, then subsequent to that, the issue of negotiation started. But we announced a default. So that's what I was referring to.
I don't recall, but I'm not going to argue with you.
No, November 2022.
It's fine. It's fine. I said I'm not going to argue. But I'm saying that, as far as I'm concerned, the debt disbursements that have stalled,
yes,
clearly, it's all part of the if you borrow, right?
Yes.
Except facilities that have some provision that allows you to pay
like deferred payments.
Yes, I'm trying to find
or moratorium.
Moratorium.
Yes.
Okay, which then goes beyond a certain time frame.
Yes.
Interest calculation starts immediately.
Yes.
And so if the disbursements cease,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then it stands to reason that the interest payments will cease as well.
No.
Why not?
That you have drawn down, and on the basis of what you have drawn down, there are monies that you are expected to pay. Monthly, quarterly, yearly. You say, I am not in a position to pay you that money. And so please hold on.
This one there is just point of information.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, sure.
December 2022, Accra. Ghana on Monday suspended payments on most of its external debt, effectively defaulting as the country struggles to plug its
That's not in doubt.
cavernous balance of payments
That's not in doubt.
deficit.
This is what report.
Bloomberg is here.
No, but the ministry, the government issued.
I thought that it was a government statement that it was reading.
No, there was a statement.
Like I said, I don't recall, but
There
it's
was-
fine.
there was-
Okay, so Randy, but that's really my point. In any event,
So even
in
if you refer to
2023
the domestic people you're talking
in
about,
2023, there were interest payments that were made. Okay, significant interest payments were made in 2023 to people who hold bonds in Ghana. It's just the bilateral and multilateral debt. In fact, even the multilateral debt interest payments were made to IMF and World Bank and all that were made. It's just the bilateral creditors, okay, that we are negotiating with, and so because of that, you had to defer the interest payments until those negotiations were concluded. And
Yes.
so the notion that Ghana declared a default to all our debt payments or
did.
part of it.
We announced the default. Yes.
I haven't seen the statement. Like I said, I'm not going to argue with you.
Yes.
But this is the performance of the economy. If you think that is as a result of that we have achieved where it is that we have gotten to, it's up to you. But I'm saying that from the work that has been done over the past year, economy is rebounding, and that 2024 actually holds hope for the growth that we intend to achieve, to the point of crossing the 1 trillion GDP target in 2024.
Right. Okay. JJ, let me bring you.
Randy, it's interesting. First of all, it's not true that this economy was doing well and that everything was okay before 2020. That's not true.
But
why?
The facts. No, we're told that everything was okay until COVID.
But it says it wasn't perfect, but we're doing better.
And I'm saying that if you look at the indicators,
Okay.
debt to GDP was worsening.
Okay.
Baume's main standard benchmark, which is the exchange rate, had depreciated by about 13%. The construction sector was going in a negative. The service sector was not doing well. The industrial sector, if you exclude oil, was not doing well. And so we're heading for the abyss. The only thing COVID did was to nail it. So this issue that for COVID, everything was okay or wouldn't have had challenges is not true. Secondly, what you do is to compare you as a country with others. That yes, there's in COVID, how are others doing? Are they paying all these taxes and having all these challenges or not? This is a fact, and you can't run away from that. Now we are told that we have Nkunimdi or what?
Nkunimdi.
Nkunim,
sorry.
Nkunim. And Japan was talking about the debt. The first question I asked was, what's Ghana's current debt from this budget? And that's why I was raising the issue of the budget. I've checked the statement. It's not there. If you have it, you can tell me. It's not in the speech. So in the speech, the Minister of Finance can decide to exclude certain things because it's just a speech. But in the budget proper, there's a standard practice. He cannot do that. And so as it stands, from the speech, I didn't see the debt figure. That's why I needed the budget.
He didn't read that in
He didn't read that in
And it's not in the statement.
It's not in the statement.
It's not in the highlights.
I've gone to depth. I've checked everything.
It's not in the highlights too.
No, it's not in the highlights. I've checked. If he can mention it, I'm ready to learn. I mean, I cannot be an oasis of knowledge. But if you can check and give me that figure,
Go ahead.
I'll be very happy. Because what I do is that once I put it in the tablets, you can just go to find and click depth. And it will give you all the... It's easier using the soft copy. I've checked. I can't find it. So it's problematic. But it's true. The economy would reach about 1.1 trillion nominally. And that is where the economics come in. When you grow the economy nominally, but you are growing the economy in real terms in a very minimal manner, because he himself says that the economy will grow at 2.1% without oil. And yet, if you look at the media review, the size of the economy was 800 billion. And you will shift from 800 billion to 1 billion, 1 trillion.
Let me interrupt you a bit. I'm looking at the highlights of the 2024 budget and economic policy. So there's a page 10 where you see a figure 4. Trends in public debt 2019 to September 2023. Does that not deal with the issue you're raising?
No, I have the speech. I've checked the speech. That is the speech he came with to Parliament with.
The highlights.
No, I haven't looked at
page
that.
10 of the highlights.
I'll check it. That's what I
has
say.
a trend 2019.
No, I'm talking of the speech that he presented.
Okay.
The highlight, he hasn't presented highlights to Parliament.
Okay.
He came with a speech.
Okay.
And right after that, he gave us a speech.
Okay.
I've checked through the speech. I haven't seen that.
Okay.
When your economy grows from 800 billion to 1 trillion, Randy, and you are growing just about 2%, there can be only one fundamental thing that takes that economy there: inflation. And everybody watching who has some knowledge can tell. Because what you do is that the GDP is basically the final value of goods and services produced in a certain year. And what you do is that you then deflate it to get a real GDP. So when you are growing at 2%, but your GDP is increasing at that astronomical rate, it can only be due to inflation.
So it is not a growth spurred?
No. More importantly, it's not a job-led growth. Because unemployment, as we speak, is increasing. The World Bank has just indicated that almost 1 million people are falling into the poverty bracket. So this 1 trillion is nothing to write home about. It is nothing to write home about. But it does two things. You know, the IMF program gives you two main indicators: debt to GDP and tax revenue to GDP. The two puts you in a very tight situation. If the economy grows nominally, your debt to GDP comes down. Very, very good. But then your tax to GDP also comes down. That is where the catch is. And so the Minister of Finance met the Finance Committee and indicated that he intends raising additional revenue of 11 billion.
0.9% of.
About 1% of GDP. 11 billion from existing taxes and new taxes. And if you read the budget, he himself has announced some of the taxes he intends introducing. So this budget comes with taxation of almost 11 billion. He himself says that the stamp duty tax will be reviewed upward, ad valorem will be reviewed upward, so-called pollution or whatever tax would also be introduced. Is there? Yes, but he's bringing another one, which is pollution related.
Emissions tax, yes.
Emission.
Pollution and emission.
What is the difference? You know we're paying pollution tax.
Yes.
He is bringing another pollution related tax.
Emission. So we pay pollution and pay emission.
And you pay pollution. If you finish paying the pollution, then you pay emission.
All right. Okay.
And then he says that he's going to review the VAT rate. So clearly, no matter
review
how
the VAT rate.
Yes. Is there?
The current 70.5.
The current about 15% initially.
Yes.
Is an input-output VAT.
Yes.
He wants to convert it to a flat rate and make it a cost item. And that is why he did the other time.
So it's to change the computation once again.
To change the computation once again.
Which will then lead to a higher tax.
A higher revenue.
Okay.
Which means there's a higher burden on the ordinary Ghanaian. You recall that he decoupled NHIL and Get Fund.
Yes.
And said it's a standalone.
Yes. And that led to an increment of about 2%.
That led to an increment. And today when you go to the port, you know what to do. Hitherto, you pay VAT 17.5 and they deduct 5% to NHIL and Get Fund. Now you pay the 5% NHIL and Get Fund. After you pay that, then they will put tax on that NHIL. So we are paying VAT on an already existing VAT, which was NHIL. That's what we are doing now. So clearly, when I hear these guys talk about so-called Nkunimdie budget, I ask myself, what is Nkunimdie about this? Now, as for the...
But you heard, Bobo. It speaks about...
I'm coming to inflation.
It speaks about the difficulties in 2021, 2022.
And I'm coming there.
And it speaks about the economic indicators of 2022.
That's what I want to do.
And it believes that we're turning the curve, as the minister said.
Let me tell you what happened.
And that is where the victory...
Let me tell you why that cannot even be a victory. Randy, when people are emaciated, when revenues go down, when you engage in a domestic debt exchange that you brought about, which means that you are taking revenues from people. People's investments are locked up. It reduces their purchasing power. Is that not true or not? That's a fact. When your currency depreciates by about 50%, what it means is that goods and services tend to be very, very expensive. That is why you saw that 50-something inflation. Because as the currency depreciates, it pushes inflation up, it reduces your purchasing power, it gets to a level where you can no longer buy. It's not any government policy. Because in Ghana, we operate a floating exchange rate. And we have a free market economy. So once you operate a floating exchange rate, as the currency depreciates, it makes things very, very expensive. And it will go up to a level where you call something a turning point or a threshold effect. We've reached that level. And if you look at the data from the Bank of Ghana, we have reached that level where people have been so impoverished that they no longer are able to afford things. It will bring inflation down. That is a basic economic principle. It also reduces imports. And if you were to do economics, it's known as the Marshall-Lerner condition. Because as things get very expensive at the ports, demand reduces. As demand reduces, import reduces. And so if you read the Bank of Ghana's report, imports at the Tema Harbour is reduced by about 20%, which will then affect your capital account and your current account. So there's no issue about the fact that having gone through this difficulty, you would always hit a trough and begin to have a reduction. But government itself today, government itself is borrowing at about 30%. For me, that should be the benchmark and that should be the worry. So if you tell me that we've bent the corner, we are nowhere near the corner, let alone bend that corner. We are only experiencing the crisis and the effect of the economy, and we've reached a level where things just have to begin to turn around, not because somebody has introduced so-called economic policies, but it's because the reality on the ground is biting. Because when you have about 1 million people move into the poverty bracket, their purchasing power reduces. Like the World Bank has published, they can no longer buy as they used to buy, and prices of goods and services will surely go down because demand pull inflation has to go very, very low. And that is where we are. Today, what is the rate of inflation? 38%. What is the minimum wage, minimum base increase? 23%. Can such a person purchase goods the way they used to purchase? They cannot. So certainly, inflation would have to come down. And that is a fact. But even at that, we are 38%. So please, this is not the time to sing at all. And any reasonable politician will not line up people at the bank or at the Ministry of Finance to sing praises to him. We haven't gotten there. Sing praises.
But the minister probably was unaware.
I would have stopped it. This. And I'm telling you that if the minister did not know of it, he would have stopped it. And if he didn't know of it, those who did that, I would have sanctioned them as minister. Because people are suffering. Look, people are really suffering in this economy. Things are very tough. People are dying because common basic healthcare, they can't even access it. Recently, Kolebu, they had to shut down the dialysis center. And it was reported that 19 people died. We're in a very difficult situation. And you turn it into fanfare, you turn it into a jamboree, you line up people and they are singing, Yedinkunim. What Dinkunim over what? Over poverty, over misery, over default. Even the IMF money itself is not coming as we speak.
So JJ, maybe Nkunim of victory could be an unnecessary exaggeration. But having gone on the IMF program, as the trajectory not pointing to a positive...
It's a natural consequence.
No, I agree, but I'm saying that
when you go under an IMF program,
yes,
they are focused at the macro indicators, but it brings poverty and misery.
These two cannot be divulged. Look at the two.
No, I agree, but I'm saying that pain. Are you not expected to go through that phase of pain? And if you are really focused on what you ought to do, you would come out and be able to create a buoyant economy.
That pain would have been less.
Yes.
If they had listened to us.
No, I agree.
I'm making a point.
Yes.
I'm making a point.
Yes.
So that pain that you go through brings about another consequence.
Okay.
That's a fact. Now, as it stands, even when you look forward, an economy that grows at 2.1%, for me, is nothing to write home about. Look at your peers.
The projection is 2.8 for next year.
I'm saying 2.1 with that oil. I always look at the key one. Because that's what
the
really
real sector.
The real sector.
Okay.
An economy where you say you are bending it, and yet unemployment is increasing, there's a mismatch. And so you can't just delude yourself by saying growth and say the economy is moved from 800 to 1 billion. No. You must be growing the economy to create jobs. Look, USTART. The minister introduced USTART in 2022 budget and said he will create 1 million jobs in 3 years. Today, as we speak, end of year, he's done 2.3%.
What is that? 23,000.
23,000.
It's created 23,000 jobs.
23,000.
Okay.
People have assessed USTART. His target was 1 million. So between 1 million and less than 5%, those are the areas some of us look at. As for the macro figures, if you squeeze people, Chief, if you do a DD, won't you get a lower debt to GDP ratio?
In fact, the minister himself acknowledges
is that not
the minister himself acknowledges that. I'm sure it's in your, statement where he speaks about how the DDP has impacted on debt to GDP.
Yes.
And that by 2026 or 2028,
and
it will help us to get 55%. So the minister himself
acknowledges
that.
So let's
take
it that what the minister is saying is true.
Yes.
It's because you've taken people's money. You've decided that you won't pay. You've given them a haircut.
You've pickpocketed people.
You've taken their money. So you've reduced the debt to GDP. Then he comes and he begins to praise himself. I've done so well. I've managed the economy so well. Because I took your money, you have a lower debt to GDP ratio. So Medin Kuni, sing for me. What kind of coconut?
But the EDEP, whose principal was taken?
You don't know.
I want to know.
Let me educate you.
Because I've read the documents. Look, you see, let's be clear.
Why do you want to focus on principle?
I'm coming. Because that's your money, right? Which you've lent to government.
Yes.
At an interest rate of X.
Yes.
Government says that, look, for a period Y. Government says that, look, because of my present debt circumstances, I'm unable to pay you your
interest
X within the period Y. So can we pay you X minus 1 over a period Y plus 2? But your money is intact.
It's not. Please.
Why
just hold on. Let me
educate you. Why is it intact? I'll just give one example.
So you can give me whatever example. But as far as I'm concerned, that's exactly what
we'll solve this. Bobo, let her know, but I'll explain it to you.
Bobo, you know what?
You can talk of time value of money.
Not even time value.
But I'm saying that nobody's principle has been touched.
No, but Bobo,
this is a matter of fact.
Bobo, hold
let's
on.
Let's not sit and throw words about as if to say we why you think some of us were not impacted as well?
Bobo, please.
What are we talking about?
Bobo, please.
Yes, please. Yes.
Maybe you were impacted, but you're okay. But listen.
Let
me tell you why I said that. If in 2018 I invested 100,000 cedis in government bonds, and in 2023 I have received a haircut and a deferment or postponement of what is due me.
You received a haircut of how much?
No, hold on. A haircut. And
of how much?
And in 5 years, in 5 years, government is speaking to me about my principal. The 100,000 that I invested 5 years ago in government bonds. And government is telling me that 100,000 you invested 5 years ago, 5 years on, it has not been touched, so there's no big deal.
Who has said so?
Let me give you
No, I'm saying that's the impression you're
No,
getting.
not at all.
You shouldn't be speaking about. You shouldn't be speaking about principal within this context.
I have a
You say
simplified
they
example.
pickpocket people.
Yes.
I have a
It's as if
simplified
you say
example.
somebody's money has been taken out of
Bobo,
his pocket.
I beg you.
It's my interest, not my
Where
money.
is it?
Not even the interest.
It's my interest, not my money.
Not the
Renegotiating
interest.
interest. It's your money.
No, not the interest.
Is it not due me?
Renegotiating
No,
the
is it
interest
not due
payment
me?
is
Let me
pickpocket.
deal with the principal.
Is it not due me?
Please.
No, let me deal with the principal.
Yes.
I have 1 million with government.
Yes.
I'm expected to take it at the end of 2022, last year.
Yes.
End of 2022.
Yes.
I'm expecting my 1 million.
Yes.
What I know is that once I take my 1 million, 2023, government is taking the bonds at what percent? 30%. So if I take it at the end of the year, and I go and invest again the next year, I get 1 million plus 330,000.
Yeah.
Is that not it?
Yes.
Then you decide that no, 2022, you won't give me the money again. I'm waiting. I mean, 2022. I'm waiting to take my money at the end of the year.
It's due.
It's due. You decide that you won't give me that money again. You will give it to me in 10 years. You won't pay me that 33 that I would have gotten. You would rather pay me 5%. Have you not impacted on my principal? What kind of analysis are you making? You come and sit here and you say this. And you see people are watching. A lot of people have been impacted. Instead of you as a government official to even commiserate with them, that we know you've lost, we all have to do it. You say, oh, no principal has been touched. No principal. Why do you introduce that here?
That's why I asked Bobo.
Why do you introduce that here? For what?
That's why I asked him what I asked him.
Because
what is
the
this?
mischief that you are putting out there.
What mischief?
Look. I'm very clear in my mind what I said.
Stop this.
Right from the very beginning, I made reference to the difficult decision of doing the debt exchange and all that, the impact that it has had on Ghanaians and all that. I made that point quite clearly. But I'm saying to myself that if I have a 2-year bond and I want to withdraw it, okay, so for
a 2-year bond which is due, let's say the 2-year is due. So I'm taking my principal plus whatever is on it.
He's introduced this thing now.
And you say that
it's not your area. Don't
you
go
say
there.
that. Hold on. And you
what
say
that I shouldn't go there?
No, but what you are doing is not fair.
Just hold on. So my 2-year bond is due today, and you say that you're unable to give me my principal plus whatever I'm going to earn on it. Okay. Now whatever I'm going to earn on it, you want to do a haircut of 40% of what I'm going to earn on it. For my principal itself, you will not be able to give me that money.
You are extending it.
You will give me the money in 6 years' time.
And say the principal
but you
hasn't
give
been
me
touched.
5% of it. You've given me a table of how you are going to pay it.
Meanwhile, you are borrowing at 33%.
So you have not given me a haircut on my principal, but it's due today. You say you pay me in 6 years, and you are giving me how you are going to spread it over 6 years to pay me. How do you tell me that you have not touched my principal?
Hey, imagine.
How?
Now, where from this?
How do you say that?
Where from this?
You see, I'm not so sure whether bonds that were due were deferred.
Oh, the maturity period.
Hold on.
Let me open the DD for you. I have it here. No, I have the DD.
Existing bonds that government asked for an exchange over a longer tenure.
Let me open the DD.
With some interest rate variation. Okay. And so to suggest that people whose monies were due today were deprived of that money or the ability to take that money, I'm not so sure that that's what happened.
Okay, so you've said the same thing as I have said.
I haven't said the same thing.
Let me illustrate to you. If you do a DDEP, let's say, you do a DDEP in February of 2023, my bond is due June 2023. And therefore, at the time that you did the thing in February,
I have 6 months or so.
I have 3 months or 6 months
to
left.
take my money.
And you include it. And you defer my payment
for 5
to
more
6 years later or 5 years
and
later.
you say the principal hasn't been touched. What is that? But you know
so now the post has
in the
changed
bond market.
From
in the bond market.
From due in 6 months.
This is the
reality. It's a serious matter.
This is the reality. It hasn't impacted anybody.
Do you know how you
what I'm saying?
Do you know how you look at your principal? You look at your principal in the secondary markets. Because when you buy bonds, they are tradable. You can go and take your money anytime. But when you are taking the money, the key determinant of the value of the amount you get is the interest rate. So today, based on this, if I'm in trouble, and I say, government, I couldn't have waited for your 5 years. My 1 million, I really need it. I can go to my investors and tell them that, look, I need my money back.
And
discount
it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And give me, instead of 1 million, maybe 600,000.
Yes.
Your principal has been impacted.
But that's the situation.
Please stop what you are doing.
That's the situation even before the DDEP.
But you get a higher figure.
Because based on the interest rate payment at the time.
Yes, because of the DDP, you could even get a premium. Do you know that 1 million could give you 1.1 million?
Yes.
Based on existing interest rate. Assuming government is paying 33% on your principal and the current rate, because you know the bond is such that it's locked in. Bond rates are locked in.
Yeah.
But current rates are lower. You will get a higher figure than even your principal. Because when I give it to you, you'll be getting more interest. Because if you use your 1 million to go and buy existing bond, you will be getting 20%. But if you come and take my bond, which has been locked in at 33%, you have to pay a premium. That is the principle in finance. That is the principle. Please don't get into this area.
So now the principle is in finance, is not.
But where is the principle?
Your money that you
want to do Makola everyday analysis here.
Not a problem.
On this program, you won't get that here.
It's unbelievable the kind of thing.
You won't get that here. That your principal has not been affected.
Anyway.
Where is this coming from?
All right.
Those watching, if you continue this, you will lose your seat.
My seat. that will be fine too. Why not?
It can't be fine.
No, I need you.
I'll give us some points.
It can't be fine.
Why not?
I don't mind. It can't be fine. We're back shortly.
So many styles to choose, but there's only
MTN.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ampedu. Good afternoon, Mr. Saru. How is business doing? My business is collapsing. Why is your business collapsing? I sold my products and services to my clients on credit, and my debtors are not paying their debts. Have you heard of Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company operating in all the 16 regions of Ghana? Not at all. Mr. Ampadu, all you need to do is to contact them on their customer service line. I recommend Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company to financial institutions, businessmen and businesswomen, other companies, and also individuals. Rosic Consult has 98.4% debt recovery rate. We have professional debt recovery managers. You are assured of swift debt recovery. No recovery, no commission. For Rosic Consult Limited, no more write-offs. And we pre-finance the recovery ourselves.
Discover the perfect blend of quality, modern elegance, and affordability with Kingdom Home Real Estate. At Kingdom Home Real Estate, we cater to both local and international clients, offering exceptional housing options in Ebri and Ekropong. Our properties are conveniently located, providing a tranquil atmosphere, top-notch security, and essential amenities such as electricity, water, and backup generators. Our strategic locations offer easy access to popular tourist destinations, all within a 30-minute drive from Accra. Visit us in Ekropon right after the Latte Junction, or in Ebri near the Ebri Girls Senior High School. Alternatively, you can reach us Kingdom Home Real Estate, where your dream home becomes a reality.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
Everybody knows Acrobato. And if you know Acrobato, it means you know Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic is my pillar. Let's hear what others are saying about Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Who will be careful Endpoint one?
Chesena me ankasa me period na say problems wom ntina ma wo ho idea ma me papa chesena nya asem ketewa na me coin point no mo hwe me modem no mo hwe bibia na so mo medro me fire no ene ma won kra me nu kofo kwa na mkwan mu a eba and everything yourself
me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante ene ne ko Endpoint o mama nu nuru a ene ne wan den a watimi asori anante.
That's Endpoint for you. Hello. Hey, Oshisho what che? Okay. A free bra with the Endpoint what dance. I'm a choir no. Me Joseph say my name Koye and person my name nyina and imagine Sabema. Na me be fear for there. The one nyina jaresa. You heard everything. I have secret. Endpoint is my secret. Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. I'm free.
Discover the perfect blend of quality, modern elegance and affordability with Kingdom Home Real Estate. At Kingdom Home Real Estate, we cater to both local and international clients, offering exceptional housing options in Ebri and Ikropong. Our properties are conveniently located, providing a tranquil atmosphere, top-notch security, and essential amenities such as electricity, water, and backup generators. Our strategic locations offer easy access to popular tourist destinations, all within a 30-minute drive from Accra. Visit us in Ikropong right after the Latte Junction or in Ebri near the Ebri Girls Senior High School. Alternatively, you can reach us Kingdom Home Real Estate, where your dream home becomes a reality.
Inside Black Star Press Limited, grow inside the invective minds, evolving concepts, and the creative trends. The printing press you need now. Witness the beauty, diversity, and natural wonder with our works. Inside Black Star Press Limited, in association with Lionhead Group of Companies. Call us now on 0200-880-000 for all your print works. Black Star Press Limited, a worldwide reputation for quality printing.
For over 20 years of serving the world with herbal and alternative medicine, we've been successful in treating complicated medical conditions with a perfect combination of herbal and alternative methods of treatments like homeopathy, naturopathy, reflexology, and many more. We deliver excellent and effective service to people from all walks of life through scientific and traditional means. We have a well-equipped laboratory with advanced diagnostic and treatment devices to help detect your illness so we know the right medication to be given. At Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital, we are proud manufacturers of our own herbal medication. Our zeal and passion to save lives with our patients at heart and outstanding achievements since 1996 has won us several awards. That is why we say, go herbal, go Amen. We are located everywhere in all the regions. Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. Allahu Shafi, God is the He.
To help meet your business and private printing needs successfully, we have just the right products and services. At Appointed Time Printing Limited, we specialize in digital printing, offset printing, packaging, and security printing. Our innovative designs and complete professional professional touch on our print products such as posters, flyers, brochures, magazines, poll cards, and any other print solution of your choice ensure that our customers are always happily connected to their audience. With our security printing section, our clients are assured of a highly secured and confidential work process from start to finish. At a point in time, our prices are very, very competitive. Locate us at the old GNTC building near Swansea Shopping Arcade, Accra. Contact us on 0501 454165, 0501 454167. Appointed Time Printing Limited. Our printing is the solution.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Still with me on the show, I have the Honorable John Abdullah Jinapor and the Honorable Andrew Ejapa Mesa. Now, what does wealth mean to you? Do you want to live like a tycoon? Remember, I was got the Mola, got the power. Ghana's newest lottery game draws live on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. daily. Now, pick up your phones, tablets, and computers and download the Game Park Games app on Play Store. You can also play on our website at www.gameparkgames.com or by dialing *946# on all networks. Just choose 4 numbers from 0 to 9. It's easy to play and easy to win. Charlie, make we play this game and make some mola. Nobody beats our odds in Ghana. Game Park Games, more mola, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority and is not for persons under the age of 18. Play responsibly. And charcoal has essential medicinal properties that help remove toxins from our bodies. The natural absorptive property of charcoal helps to remove the bacteria that produces bad breath in the mouth, hence giving you a fresh breath. Kel Charcoal toothpaste has been formulated and produced under strict hygienic conditions with all the necessary production protocols and has been approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Constant use of Kel Charcoal toothpaste gives you a good fresh breath, whiter teeth, reduces dental plaque, makes the gum healthy and strong, prevents cavity, upset stomach, hangover, and so on. Kel Charcoal toothpaste is recommended for adults and children from 6 years. Kel Charcoal toothpaste for white teeth and fresh breath all day long. This is another quality product from Samara Company Limited. Kel Charcoal toothpaste, happy smile. And whatever you do, wherever you are, wherever you go, drink Angel Cola, your key to enjoyment. Ready for something refreshing, great tasting with excellent flavors? Onya, you've got varieties to choose from. Angel Orange for that special occasion, Angel Mango, Angel Peach, refresh your mood, Angel Apple Lime. Angel Drinks produce vitality and maintain fluid in normal balance. Angel Drinks, refreshing, invigorating, and exciting. Angel Drinks are produced by Donko Soft Drinks Beverages Limited. Angel Drinks taste like our day, and it's recommended for all, including children. You can reach them on 0244 832286 and 0507878668. And if you're looking to have that home up the ridge, I'm talking about the hill, the mountain, Ebri, Ekropon, Ekwapim, you need to speak to Kingdom Home Real Estate. They provide quality but affordable housing facilities for sale. Their facilities are located at a serene environment of Ekwapim, Ekropon, Ebri with the best weather conditions. The 30 minutes drive from Accra and provide a modern touch of comfort. They provide a high standard security service plus CCTV, standby generators, constant water supply and electricity. They're surrounded with lovely tourist sites such as Ebri Botanical Garden, Boti Falls, Safari Valley Resort, etc. Pay 70% upfront and spread the rest over 2 years with no interest. You can locate Kingdom Home Real Estate at Ebri close to the Ebri Girls School and a coupon right after Latte Junction. You can reach them on 0559 761 144, 0555 621 611, or visit them at www.kingdomhomerealestate.com. You can also visit them on their Facebook page. Now, last week we were here talking about energy. In fact, in today's, in yesterday's budget, the minister alluded to the fact that government has invested 32.7 billion cedis to keep the lights on. Now,
32.
Yeah, he says 32.7 billion to keep the lights on.
Okay.
Yes, he says that government has done its best in office to keep power supply stable and lights on. And he says that government has invested 32.7 billion to keep the lights on. And last week we were speaking about the issues in the power sector, especially the debts. Yesterday, ASEP also raised an issue about what is happening in the energy sector and the fact that, look, we're sitting on a time bomb and there's disaster.
I'll just play with you.
Yes.
Honorable.
Yes.
Just so that, viewers can have a full appreciation. I heard you talking about you met the IPPs and...
No, I'm going there.
Okay.
I'm going there.
Thank you.
And yesterday, last week on the show, the Honorable Mesa also spoke to us about monies paid to the IPPs and the fact that about even 30% or so, Bobo, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Of the monies paid had to do with
idle capacity.
Idle capacity, yeah. Yes. So take or pay, right?
Yes.
Is it take or pay?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, take or pay and all those things. And I said that I would like us to have this session to deal with the issues of the energy sector, because the impression I got was that the last time that both of you were here, we had sorted those issues. But if you can just give us a recap, what really are the issues? You keep speaking about the take or pay, you keep speaking about the debts.
Before you start, do you mind sharing that with me?
Which one?
The information on this 30%. So
Yeah,
at
why
least
not?
we can all have a fair appreciation.
I'm sure he'll give us the data.
I'll share it with you.
Yeah, share it. I'd love to.
Let me get Annie to print them so that at least.
Okay.
No, just share the soft copy with me.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
So,
Yes.
Annie, it's very simple. If you like, 2 or 3 components.
Yes.
Which is the fuel and the contractual regime that we inherited, which then has had to lead to government making significant payments from the public purse to ensure that the lights are on. I wonder really what the argument is, because the truth of the matter is that if you sign contracts on a take or pay basis, which are far in excess of what you need, you have to pay for it. Okay? And if you pay for it, that obviously is cost to you. And if ECG is unable to collect sufficient enough revenue to pay that bill, somebody has to pay for it. And that person who's been paying for it consistently over the years has been the Ministry of Finance. 2, if you sign gas agreement on a take or pay basis, and obviously that goes through the value chain and it's the distribution company that has to generate the revenue to pay for that fuel. That goes to power the plants. And they are unable to generate that revenue to pay for it. Somebody has to pay for it. So consistently over the years, $43 million per month to ENI for the Sankofa gas is paid for by the Ministry of Finance.
For what?
For the gas.
Consumed?
Yes, consumed.
Okay, I'm noting it.
Yes, it's coming from the public purse. Okay, as though if the Minister of Finance puts out that so far we've spent 32.7 billion to keep the lights on, it's factual. So really, I fail to see what the argument is. And the point that I made about the IPPs.
So we don't owe ENI. We pay them.
Oh, we pay them regularly. Of course, sometimes there's some delay, but we pay $43 million a month. Now that the Jubilee Foundation volumes has been exhausted, there's another, I believe, $9 or $10 million per month that is coming from the Jubilee field as well that we have to pay. Okay, we've paid some arrears, but that is a bill that the cash waterfall mechanism based on the inflows that ECG generates is unable to pay. And so the Ministry of Finance has to pick the bill. And so that's paid. But significantly, the past few months, and of course the conversations are confidential without prejudice. But the truth of the matter is that of the 1 billion as of June,
this year,
yes, that was outstanding.
CDs or dollars?
Dollar. Okay. To the IPPs. 30% of that is idle capacity.
What is idle?
Excess. That you are
excess.
contracted for, but you don't have a need for.
Okay.
Or at least that you don't consume.
Okay.
But because of the contractual regime that you have to pay for it. And so that's the issue. And obviously, if ECG is unable to generate the requisite revenue to pay for that money, somebody has to pay for it. And consistently over the years, the public payers that has been paying that bill. And so there's no controversy as far as I'm concerned with respect to the data relative to our installed capacity, the take or pay components thereof, and the excess capacity that consistently, Randy, I've said it on this platform, that at a point the excess was 67% as of 2017. But it's been reducing because your demand is growing to the point where now I believe it's about 23 or so percent excess. But over the years, all that cost of the excess is cost that you have had to incur and pay for. So really,
what's the industry required capacity?
The excess takes into account the reserve margin.
Yes.
Okay, so I've actually even discounted the reserve margin with respect to the figures that I just provided to you, and I have the document here.
So beyond the reserve margin, we are doing 23%.
Now.
Okay.
Now. Okay, but in 2017 it was 67%. I'll give you the actual figure so that at least we are clear.
So in six years, we have consumed 40% of what was supposed to be excess.
Yes.
In 6 years.
Yes.
Okay.
It's reducing.
Okay.
Okay. Because your demand is growing, and so JJ, you can laugh. I've said, you see, that the other day, I think it was last week, it was on your show that I believe Sam George also was making the point that they've done heavy lifting and all that. You can argue that your policy really was that, damn the cost, I need generation to cover for the next 10 years. And so, regardless of whether we need all of it or not, I've contracted it. And so, generate demand to consume it. I don't have a problem. Let the people of Ghana decide whether it was prudent. But the truth of the matter is that all that contracted generation comes at a cost.
Was it not staggered?
It wasn't. So somewhere, but of course that's why I said that in 2017, that's when it peaked. Okay, and of course a few additions that had already been contracted for also came in, I believe, in 2018 or 2019. Okay, but the data is all here. It's public information, and so really that's what it is.
Okay. Randy, you promised to send me the information.
Yeah, I'll
you haven't sent it.
No, but I haven't. I was speaking. Relax.
Okay, wait. Send
Why?
it.
What's your problem?
Send it. Because without the data,
no, I'll send it to you.
What you are saying can only be conjecture.
John, hold on. Bobo, I beg you. I want you.
Oh, no, I'll send it to you.
Your comment on this briefly. This by ASAP.
Yeah, sure.
But can you give him 1 second to send it before you continue, so that I can analyze it quickly?
He will send it to you.
Please.
Searching for you, send it to you. Now.
Why, if you have your data,
Benjamin,
you share it with me?
Now,
no, don't worry. I will
Benjamin Boachi, Executive Director of ASEP, says Ghana's energy sector is facing dire financial challenges than it was a decade ago. According to him, very little has been done to tackle the power sector problems following a 2014 diagnosis, which named financial, managerial, and technical challenges as the root cause of the country's energy problems. Quote, the financial challenges of the energy sector today are even deeper than we've ever experienced, except that today, The generating plants are here. And therefore, when ENI and Ghana Gas puts gas in the pipeline, the power will be generated. He noted that the energy sector on its own has not been able to achieve self-sustainability. According to him, government has had to continue its support of the energy sector despite the increase in power generation. Quote, but ultimately, the state through the Ministry of Finance will have to pay for it because the sector itself cannot pay for power that is generated. Gas that has been consumed and produce power out of it, we cannot distribute and raise money to be able to pay the value chain. So we have a power system that today is doing about 30%, about 30% or 35% revenue requirement. To put it simply, what it means is that if you generate power of $1 million, the power sector can pay for about 300,000. Ghana government has to go and look for almost 700,000 to come and top up for us to keep the lights on. And he was speaking in relation to concerns earlier raised by the Energy Minister, Dr. Matthew Pokum Prempeh, about the imminent impact on electricity supply due to a shortage of gas for production. According to the minister, the issue is a result of excessive dependence on gas plants, which differs from the past reliance on liquid fuel to support energy generation. Dr. Prempeh explained that the country is currently grappling with a double predicament, where a complete shift towards a gas-based system has left the power infrastructure vulnerable. And any interruption in the gas supply will lead to a shutdown of all power generating systems, resulting in a complete blackout across the country.
Yes, so the gas situation is really as a result of the investment that was made in Sankofa. Prior to that, we were dependent solely on imports from Nigeria and also Jubilee, which then was insufficient to power all our plants. And because gas is cheaper than liquid fuels, it was always better to do the gas so that you can get a relatively cheaper fuel, right? So the most of the plants, about 90% of all the generating plants, have been transitioned to gas. Okay, and so if and because some of the plants are in Tema and some are in the west, you have to move the excess from the west to the east in Tema for consumption. So if you owe West African Gas Pipeline for some transmission fees, which GMPC, because they were the ones that contracted them to do the TTIP in Takrady, and as a result, they are the counterparty, is unable to receive requisite flows from ECG to pay them, then it has led to the interruptions that we've seen, especially I believe in the past month or so. Last weekend, the issue that arose really was as a result of some tie-in works that they were doing for the Saint-Touare refinery. And so they requested for a 12-hour shutdown to enable them tying. Okay, what we did was to get Saint-Touare to provide alternative fuel to power the plants till 4 p.m. But there was a slight delay in the works and they didn't complete by 4. And so by the time that they finished transitioning back to gas, okay, took some time because as the engineers may better understand, when you use one fuel and moving to another, you cannot do it immediately. Okay, so that took some time and ate into the peak time. Okay, so there was some outage for a period of time, but that was dealt with that very day. Okay, so that problem exists. And so what you have to do then is to make sure that at all times you are able to keep up with the payments so that we don't have those disruptions or vulnerabilities that the minister described in his press statement. But yes, there are huge problems in the energy sector, especially the power space. ECG1 ought to up their game in terms of their collections. They're doing a lot of work. Okay, they said that they've increased their collections from average 300-400 to now 1 billion. That still is not enough. And so a lot of boundary metering is going on to try and have a handle on electricity accounting.
Boundary metering?
Yes, so they can account for electricity that goes into every specific area.
Okay.
And then, of course, task their district managers to
collect
account
accordingly.
Absolutely, for In the past, there's just the power that goes, and you don't know where it goes, except that they know that a lot of it is consumed in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, okay, and then Takrady, within their operational zones. But some improvement is being done in there to try and account better for the electricity to assist in how they are able to strategize and collect the bills. But I see significant, and this point has to be made forcefully. PURC in their tariff
computation,
we're not allowing the excess capacity.
Yeah, you made that point last
to be passed on to the consumer.
Okay.
Right? Because, and why not? It's not power that you have consumed. It's power that ECG has contracted. What they're going to use it for, as far as PURC is concerned, it cannot be part of what you and I are to be asked to pay.
That I must pay for what I consume.
Yes. So right from the very beginning, there's a deficit that has to be filled by ECG. Okay. And so whatever they collect, there's a hole already that has to be filled by way of power purchase agreements that they've signed before whatever is left is used to pay the rest of the actors in the value chain. So there's always a shortfall. Hence the introduction of the cash waterfall mechanism to ensure that even if you were unable to pay all your bills, at least everybody receives some inflows to assist with their operations. So what we've done is to ring fence the foreign IPPs, okay, because they, when they cough or sneeze, have problems. And so what you've done is to ring fence them and get ECG to go into an arrangement, I believe, with Fidelity also to pay their monthly invoices, I believe in the region of some $46-47 million per month. Then the remaining inflows that they've gotten.
Is that a new arrangement?
It took effect from July.
This year?
Yeah, we've done a tier, if you like, a tier system. Okay, so the IPPs are almost always current based on the agreed figures that they've negotiated with ECG. And Ministry of Finance is negotiating with them on the outstanding obligation, which I indicated that 30% of that is excess capacity that nobody really consumed, but it's contractual, you have to pay. Okay, so that's really the issue that is there. But of course, consumers are not interested in the problems. You have to find solutions to that. Okay, so now going forward, the IPPs are current. The Ministry of Finance, the remaining is paid to the local IPPs and the transmission company, and of course the Ghana Gas for their services and all that. Bui Power, VRA, Gridco, Ghana Gas, GMPC. So what the Ministry of Finance has done is to find additional resource to then top up to pay for those local IPPs, so that at least all of them can be operational, whilst we work with IPPs on the outstanding obligation over a certain period of time to pay them off through the Ministry of Finance's resources. So that's what it is. That is the issue. Yeah.
Okay. So just help me with something. I asked an earlier question because I just want to understand something. What's the industry accepted reserve margin?
18%.
18%.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the 30, the money that was paid recently, of which you said 30% was idle.
No, we haven't paid.
Okay.
We haven't paid. I'm saying that.
No,
I'm saying
I
that
just want to clear something.
The negotiations that we're having with the IPPs.
Yes.
30% of
the
that
bill.
Outstanding debt that we owe them.
Yes.
Is excess capacity.
Okay. So thanks for the clarification.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's timely so that nobody says that you said they've paid them money. Okay. So that the 30% you speak about, does that include the reserve margin of 18%?
I wouldn't know at this point.
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
Okay. All right.
So let me.
Yeah. So JJ, let me bring it.
First of all, who gave you this data?
Which data?
The one you just sent me. I mean, he's been completely misled.
By who?
Let me tell you.
Okay.
Open to the first one, which is titled, who is this? Titled Demand Supply Balance.
Yes.
Open it. You see annual demand supply balance. You see you started from 2015 through 2016 to 2022. Take Akosombo. You tell us that 900 was available. Is that what you're telling us? In 2016.
That's what the information says, no?
See how they keep misleading him. This is Energy Commission 2016 Energy Outlook. Akosombo. What is this?
375.
375. Because of the hydrology.
Okay.
So if you go and do this table and you use 900, you are completely off the mark. And when you go, please change some of your technical people. They are misleading you. You can't go and use 900 as the base and say that this is what we have, and strike what you consumed, and then say that this is the difference. So this is excess capacity. This is the Energy Commission's document. Because the dam had gone so low, the maximum you could get from Akosombo was 375 in 2016. And yet you've gone to done an analysis using 900. And you come and tell us that, oh, there was excess capacity of 38% or 57%. Who does this? I don't blame him, but they are misleading him. Big time. So I was hearing him. He was on air talking, oh, there was so much excess capacity. I said, so how do you calculate that excess capacity? Because, Ab initio, you are wrong. The available or dependable capacity of the dam is contingent on the hydrology, which is the water level. If the water level is low, you can't do anything. And yet, see what they've done. And they're all over. Put that aside. One day we sat here. When the minister and the vice president himself told us that they've paid some 35 billion. You recall here? To the extent that I had to add an issue with the Japanese, they brought this. This is what they brought. Fuel supply in order as at 2016 to 2022, even including ESO. They said they had paid a total amount of 34 billion. Now the 35 changed 34. Years, or is it months after, which means that more money would have been paid. The finance minister now says he paid 32 billion.
Okay.
You see the inconsistency.
Maybe computation.
3 billion or 4
I'm
billion?
just saying, maybe computation.
Computation, billions of cities. Billions, or not millions. So take that off. But you see, what you gave me, and for me, that is the main one. Let me open something. I'm coming. IPP capacity. You know, this whole debate, you will certainly pay some element of capacity. Look, this country, we will certainly pay some element of capacity. That's a fact. Nobody can run away from that. But they made it look like, first of all, they even told us that take or pay was not good. Now they've come to agree that take or pay is good because they are signing take or pay agreements. So the issue of take or pay is off. Now their point is that the take or pay should decide that what you consume should be more than what is idle. Is that not what they're saying?
I don't understand what you just said.
So initially, they even said the excess capacity was bad. But now they've moved away.
No, they're saying that there's a reserve margin. When you go beyond the reserve margin, then we have a problem.
So look at the table. This his table, oh.
Yes.
He just sent it to me.
Yes.
IPP's capacity analysis. See, they just signed AXA. And it's here. AXA, 370. Years of operation, 1 year. It's just operated for 1 year, from 2022 to date. Years left, 14 years left. Amount, 118 million. Is here, 118 million. Utilized capacity of the 180 million, 37 million. Ideal capacity component of the debt, 81 million. More than double.
The new agreement.
Yes, what they have signed. Between this and what we inherited, which is better? So the 1 billion he's talking about and saying there's debt, this is included. He's here. This AXA that they claim was a take or pay, and they told us it's take or pay. That's what the ECG MD said. I have it here. That take or pay in just 1 year, they've utilized only 37 million, and 81 million has been more than double. So what is this argument? Where from this argument? That's what the facts say. They are facts, so you can have your opinion. That's your opinion, you can have, but these are facts. Then gas. These people, sometimes, well, we just have to entertain them. What can we do? Where is the seaboard document? Oh, I beg you, I'm pulling something from the petroleum sector. Sankofa. Whilst we continue, I'll get it. Ejapa, if you take Sankofa, 2023 report, listen, domestic gas has become important for power generation. This is the 2022 report from the chamber. So this is authentic. With Jubilee 10 days, since 2021, Randy, the gas supplied by Sankofa field has consistently exceeded the contractual take-or-pay commitment of 154, reaching about 210 SCF. So where from take-or-pay with gas? We've exceeded. Look, we need more gas. And I prove to you here that bet for this gas would have been incurring extra 300 and something million per annum. But for this very gas, would have been paying 300 and something million dollars per annum if we were to consume light crude oil. So this is a game changer. It's like that saved you money. So if through your own inefficiencies you are unable to pay, and the finance minister has to pay, don't blame President Mahama for this. Don't tell us you are in economic difficulty because of Sankofa gas take or pay. That cannot be. I have no problem if minister has paid some money in the energy sector. We will all help to see how we can improve the system, bring about efficiency. It's good. But when you want to target President Mahama and blame him for your own inefficiency, I cannot allow that, Ejapa. And these are evidence. This is not conjecture. This is evidence. And this game is evidence-based. Please, stop what you people are doing. I mean, for 8 years, you've consistently hammered on Mahama, and the evidence doesn't even support what you are saying. Let's all sit together and see how we can resolve the challenges. I agree, there are challenges.
So, of all the years, it's only 1 year that you could use, which as the.
Oh, I'm doing an analysis. And I'm just telling you that as a capacity. But even what you are saying, I've looked at the figures. Randy, the last point. Right. I'm telling you that this figure Ejapa is talking about, the 70%, is what has been actually consumed.
70% of what?
Of the debt he's talking about from the IPPs.
But that's exactly what he said.
So if you account for the reserve margin of 20%, there's no issue.
That's why I asked.
No, he won't answer you. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't. They are saying that
it includes the reserve margin.
No, the 30 include the reserve.
Yes,
So I'm saying when you discount the reserve,
yes, you have 10%,
which is 10 to 20% of your peak, not 20% of your average. Because you're dealing with central tendency. You pull all together and strike an average. I'm saying that 30%, if you account for the 20% of your peak,
you're talking about 10%,
which is the higher band.
10%.
No, there won't be 10% left. It will consume it because he's dealing with the average. The actual is the average. So the actual means that you pull all of them together. That's the actual. But there are highs and lows. And there are lows.
Yes.
It's the high that we take and account for the 20%.
Yes.
So if we take the high, which is the peak,
yes, and
account for the 20%, this whole 30% is gone.
But
and those who understand the sector would appreciate what I'm saying.
You will be right. So you will be right. You would be right. Wait. Stop
what you are doing.
No, I'm not doing anything. You will be right. Oh no, wait. You would be right if it's only these IPPs that are generating power. The 6 that is in the list are the only ones who are generating power. Okay, there are several others that are not on there that are generating power, including our own domestic, state-owned ones. But the point is this, that every day, because of the obligations that you have to manage what you dispatch, so you minimize your cost. Okay. So for example, no, I'm coming. Why? I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming. So you've done investment in Sankofa. You have a take or pay in gas. So at all costs, you have to utilize the gas. Because if you don't utilize the gas, you will still be paying for it, right? So you have to move what you call a car power, for example, get a bigger vessel and move it to second-lee, so that you can consume the gas from Sankofa, and then the excess, get all the power plants to then move from liquid fuel to gas. Yes, gas is cheaper. Agreed.
I'm following you.
Okay, so there's no dispute there. But I'm saying that if you use only the 2022 figure where we've exceeded the
no, 3 years continuous.
Take off.
Three. I'm talking of 3 years, not 1 year. 3 years continuous.
You said 2022.
I said 2021, 2022.
The seaboard figure that
3 year this year. They've exceeded far.
But when did Sankofa come on stream? Okay.
I can give you the data.
Yeah, the data is available because we all know. Okay, so I'm saying that as a management of both ends, that is the fuel end, so that you minimize your cost there, and then also the generation end. Okay.
So what's the option? What option were you suggesting we do? What were you thinking? Which, if you were in government, what will you do? You wouldn't do the Sankofa. You won't do it.
Why? We discovered oil in commercial quantities.
No, so what is the issue?
No, I haven't said that it's wrong. Of course.
But you are blaming Mohammed every time.
Of course. I've blamed him for what?
Randy, are we not in this country? Why has this become a political issue?
Sankofa.
What is the issue with Sankofa?
Sankofa is extremely expensive.
What makes it extremely expensive?
It's the most expensive pipeline gas in the whole world.
That's not true.
So
please go and check. Stop that. Look, next week when we come here, I'll come and prove you wrong. Stop that. These are facts.
Yes.
Don't do that. It's about 6 now.
I'm saying that
it's about 6
on authority.
6. Yes, it's about $6 now as we speak.
Yes. No, that's a WACOG.
I'm telling you that Sankofa is
it's not
about 6. I have it. Yeah, I'll prove it to you.
Okay. So and at the time that it was done, how much was it? 10.1.
Where you get it wrong.
How do I get it wrong?
At the time it was done. Listen, let me educate you on this.
Please do.
It was indicative. Indicative means that I expect that by the time I finish, I have to sell at 10. We said no problem. We don't need to argue. Whatever you are buying, let Petroleum Commission verify, as well as GNPC. When we finish, we then know the actual cost of the project. That will determine the gas price. When we finish, we made a saving of $150 million. You know that.
Yes.
You did not even apply to reduce the cost. You decided that you won't apply it to reduce. If they had applied it to reduce the cost, it would have even reduced it further. So this your 10 is neither here nor there because nobody paid that amount. So what you bring it here as what? To do what? That it has had an impact? Stop that, my brother. I keep advising you, stop that.
Okay. Nothing has been said or done that is inaccurate. Okay? That's the truth. Okay? So I'm saying that.
Are we paying 10 for Sankofa?
No, we are not paying 10 now. No.
We've never paid 10 for Sankofa.
We have paid 10 for Sankofa. Yes.
From when?
Right here in Ghana. Why?
Hey,
we have.
You have paid $10 for Sankofa.
Please. Like you said, the data will speak for itself. And if you want us to bring the information here,
we can next week. We can come here. So let's come back.
Unfortunately, I'm going
you send it. Send the
data. Ghana Germany bilateral negotiations.
Big man. So I will let you know how much we pay.
But I will send you.
I'm going to pull it now. No,
right from the very beginning, how much we pay. I was on the board of Ghana Gas. I know the figures that we pay for Sankofa when they keep to. Okay, it's the free, okay, and Nigeria, that then when you put the WACOG together brought it down to about 6.24 or something. Okay, that's the weighted average of.
So it means we didn't pay 10 for
but the composite prices that you paid for each gas is different. It's the weighted average. It's what brings you to the WACOG that is used to set the tariff.
Yeah, so what do we actually pay?
You pay Sankofa for the cost that you owe Sankofa.
So we pay them 10.
Absolutely. You have the figures, put it out.
I'm open, don't worry.
Anyway, okay. So whilst we are at Sankofa and all
Sankofa is here, 6.14.
6.14.
This is it, Sankofa.
This is from where? What's the source?
This is from 2017.
Source, the doctor.
PURC, weighted average cost of gas.
But that's what
No! You take the individual ones. and then come to a weighted average. And I'm saying that the individual one, Sankofa, 6.1408.
That's individual.
Individual. Jubilee, 0. 10.5.
Okay.
So when you then pool them,
yes,
based on their weight, then you find the weighted average price.
So what's the weighted average?
The weighted average price, WACOG, is 6.079.
Which
but
is less than the
6.1 down.
So the free Jubilee and the 0.5.
When you commingle, what is what you call commingle? That point you the 6.07.
So on the PRC data, it's actually 6.1 we paid, not 10.
Go and do.
So where is NGAS?
I can pull it for you.
So if you are giving the figures, give all of it.
This matter.
Please give
it. Give all of it.
Let me give you. See, NGAS 8.32.
8.32.
Yeah. So if you say
which one is NGAS?
Nigerian gas. That our gas pipeline is the most expensive. This even exposes you. It's not true.
So on the PRC data, NGAS is 8.
NGAS 7.24.
7.24.
7.24.
NGAS.
All of them, you know the most.
And Sankofa,
you know the most expensive.
Which one
is
the most expensive?
LNG signed by them.
Tema LNG.
Yes, 8.32.
Huh?
But LNG has LNG ever been delivered? Has LNG ever been delivered? Search that PURC.
No, now you leave your usefulness. We have to go.
No, but Ajapara is LNG has never delivered. So how come they are there?
So you see, tell you how suspect is figures are.
This is PRC.
You understand? Hold on. How would PRC factor it in? When LNG hasn't been delivered?
They take these prices here, see, and then add services levies, and then go to what is available, and give you.
So the fact that it's there does not mean it's being applied.
No, they just show these are the prices at the
based on the contract.
Yeah, where the gas leaves, there's a name for it. Oh, there's a technical word. I'll get it, and they take it. Oh. At the flange, but there's a technical word for that. So this is the most expensive that has been negotiated in the system now.
Yes,
is my brother's
LNG.
Okay, ready.
All right. Okay, so before you guys go, today is the birthday of my last babies.
Whoa!
My twin girls. Yes.
Wow! Congratulations.
They are 3
So what's happening?
My last babies.
What's that? Let's
they've gone to school. They've gone to school.
My weekend is happening.
They've gone to school. So
we have been in school as a long time. I attended
Tia and Tessa are 3 today.
Happy birthday to them.
My regards to Tessa as well.
Happy birthday to them. They are 3 today. So that's my grand finale.
That's right.
So happy birthday, my girls. Okay, and it's also the 10th anniversary of a couple that are close to me, Danny and Efia Martin. Today is your 10th wedding anniversary, so happy 10th wedding anniversary to you, Danny and Efia, and we wish you a lot more years. President Kufuor and his wife, 61, and so I'm sure you have 51 more years to go. So congratulations to you, Danny and Efia Martin as well. Right, so gentlemen, thanks for joining me. Okay, I'm sure that we're on our way to the funeral. Right?
Yes, I have to show.
Yes, and we're also covering the funeral live on Metro TV. So right after me, we're linking up to our team, who are the forecourt of the State House for the state funeral of Mrs. Teresa Kufuor, former First Lady of this republic.
best ni bio. Yedi kuni, yedi kwa, the best ni bio. Africa, yedi kuni, yedi kwa, the best ni bio.